everybody, Jones is really fucking tiny. Look at that, look at tiny Gloob. He's so little. He's just like his character. Let me see, we'll get that fixed up there for you right quick, buddy. Don't you worry. Oh, still too little. Wait, a little bit of. Nope. There we go. Perfect. Jakob fucked up his character. Like, what did y'all do between, like, me putting us on our stream starting thing and swapping over to this screen? Like, what happened? Why are y'all like this?
Definitely us. Definitely what we did.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Had to
my
been.
bad. At all.
Couldn't be me. I refuse to accept responsibility for anything. Won't do it. There we go. Good enough for me. Anywho, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another session of this here Goss of Saltmarsh camp champagne. See how many more words I can fuck up in one sentence. But good evening.
Goss of Saltmarsh.
Nah. But good evening. We're gonna be getting going here shortly. It is a quick announcement of, as per usual, we're still doing our charity drive for Extra Life, which is they benefit children's hospitals across continental North America, meaning both the United States and Canada. Continental, of course. Specifically, we will be benefiting the Children's Hospital of Atlanta, so it's a good cause, helping out those kids, as well as possibly being able to win some cool prizes like a digital copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, a gaming mouse or gaming keyboard at our last two big milestones of $2,500 and $3,500 respectively. So open up your hearts and wallets to a good cause and possibly cool loot. And click that link, I believe, down below the stream, at least on Twitch. Not sure if we have I don't think we have the link on our YouTube, but that's okay. Y'all can figure it out. You can just go over to our Twitch and then click the link, and then still donate because it's a nice thing to do. And does anybody else have any announcements for this evening? Yes, no, maybe so. All right. Hop right into a brief recap of our last session of Ghost of Saltmarsh. Having vanquished the Oni and set off to do a little bit of journeying on their way out of the Dreadwood, our party woke themselves to find that they were being ambushed by a pack of shadowy hounds, as well as whoever their handler was, doing quite the bit of damage in the surprise round, followed up by an intense several rounds of combat where the archer leading these hounds was teleporting all over the place, firing arrows that hurt like a bitch, and these hounds would bite them and then turn back invisible in what I can only assume is a very frustrating string of events for people who aren't me. Having defeated that first group, however, they had been hearing some communications via whistling between the leader of this group and presumably other hunting packs, making their way quickly down the river and then across it in an attempt to lose their tail, as it were, trying to throw off the scent by throwing a holy symbol that was glowing and covered in good berry jam onto the other side of the river by a combined effort of Jakob and Bart. The party hauled a lot of ass down the river, trying to intermittently cover up their tracks before deciding that it sounded like they were not losing their tail, and so it was best to maybe try to catch them in an ambush instead. Going off a little bit into the woods, finding a clearing, and Bart threw up Lehman's tiny hut, in which which himself, Jakob, and Ella all went inside of to await their enemy, while Julian and Gloob both took to the treetops in an effort to see them coming and get some nice, solid shots from above. Unfortunately for them, the hunters were quite stealthy, just a bit too stealthy for them to be able to see, and they were unfortunately able to spot Julian, who took some pretty hefty amounts of damage at the start of the combat, before returning fire himself, as well as Gloob returning fire, doing heavy amounts of damage to the archer before Julian was brought down, falling out of his tree unconscious on the ground, at which point Jakob came out, finished off the archer, and kind of whatever hell was left broke loose. as everybody within the dome left, the dome falling, engaging the hounds who had been up until this point invisible. And it's been back and forth quite a bit. Julian being brought up after some very, very lucky rolls for him, unlucky for the hounds, who tried to finish him off as he lay on the forest floor. So that will bring us to the top of our initiative order of whichever round this is. I think this is only like round 3. It really hasn't gone through that many rounds of combat with these guys. It's been a brief and violent scuffle. Which brings us to Ella, who is not quite sure what enemies are where. And Julian, I do recall that you got brought up, but I don't think you had been able to stand up quite yet, so I believe you are still prone, just for my own record keeping. You're not unconscious, but I believe you are still prone on the ground.
I had not had a turn since
Correct.
being revived.
Right. That's what I thought. So, thankfully, your turn is just after Ella's turn. Ella she saw that those dogs were around you, so she's going to kind of see if she can figure out where any of them are. No, she cannot with a 3, so in the interest of, getting to the comrade who was just recently Gloob, unfortunately, you're just not going to be visible, dude. I can't see past these damn trees. So you're just going to be out of the picture on stream for a minute. Ella is going to start to move in that direction. God damn it, you little green slider. Lock you in place. Unfortunately, instantly provoking an AOP from the hound behind her. And that is a dirty 20, which will hit Ella, but that does, however, break its invisibility. Whoop.
I believe I was holding an action to shoot the first available enemy.
Right. So, and that would be almost directly below you. Oh no, you're on one tree over. So by all means, you could go ahead and release that shot.
So he does have advantage, right? Because we know that dogs can't look up.
I was hidden. To be fair, I don't know what the dog's perception is.
Let me see if I had written down your previous stealth. I somehow did not in my infinite wisdom, but they don't have that high of a passive perception. I think it's very reasonable to assume that you would have been stealthed. This would, however, break your stealth.
Yep.
5 plus their flat. 8.
An 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay.
This thing taking a chunk out of Ella as she makes a strength saving throw. And I think that actually just makes it. No. Okay, Ella just barely making the saving throw to not be knocked prone is able to do that. And what's the damage on that shot?
Oh my god, so many ones. 14 damage.
Unfortunate, but all damage is good damage, if you ask me.
Ooh. That's 3 ones on the damage dice. That was rough.
Okay, still a nice shot landing right into the haunches of that wolf. However, Ella, seeing that you are going on there, is going to keep on trucking, which I think I said I was going to move this guy since we had a little bit of a whoopsie daisies at the end of last session that we kind of fixed in between sessions. So we're going to briefly relocate somebody that everybody just saw me do, which is going to work out anyway. So she went 5, proving the AOP, going to keep moving. 10, 15, 20, 25. Provoking another AOP from this wolf, who is positioned here.
No.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, unfortunately, she rolled a 3 on her perception check at the start of the round. Oof. 11 points of damage, and she is prone in this square. actually. Whoops. Not this model. This model. This one we want facing this way. And, oh, not emotes. Stats, bam! I love that knockdown thing. That thing is great.
It really is.
It's the best. Oof. Ella, however, is once again not looking so hot. looking better than she was in previous sessions, considering I was using her wrong sheet. But that's gonna have been her entire kind of her action to try to perceive these things, and then making her way over to try to assist Julian in his dire straits will be Ella's turn, bringing us to Julian's turn. Julian, you are currently prone on the ground, having recently been brought back to consciousness by your buddy Bart.
And this Mastiff right here in front of me that just knocked down Ella is
visible, yeah.
Well, visible, but is uninjured.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna put my dice. I usually have it all laid out and ready to roll.
Tisk tisk.
And am I aware of any that are near me?
You had been right after you got brought up to consciousness. You were some bites were taken at you, but then they immediately vanished again. So you know there's somewhere within the vicinity of you, but you're not sure where.
Gotcha.
You know they're close by, or you know there were a couple that were close by to you within the last 10 seconds.
Right. 1 second. I am double checking the mechanics of something real quick. Not trying to
Is it the mechanics of Misty Step?
No.
Okay.
No. I know the mechanics of
I
that
say,
one. It is very simple.
You can always verbalize them to the table. It is entirely possible that people know them. Is it about firing a ranged weapon?
No.
Okay.
I was seeing if favored foe was a bonus action to activate, but it is.
It is on hit. You activate it and it costs your concentration.
I knew it cost concentration. I didn't know if it was going to cost my bonus action as well.
That is one of its benefits, is it is an actionless resource.
All right. So that being the case, fuck this wolf.
Okay, you are firing at disadvantage.
Gotcha. Not wolf, mastiff. The miniature throwing me off.
Big dog.
Big dog.
Wait,
The first one is a nat 20.
He is within melee of enemies.
The first one is a nat 20.
Okay. You rolled double natural 20s?
Oh shit! No,
Is that disadvantage?
God damn it! Still should be a hit because the
Probably
second
so.
is a 16 plus.
Yeah. They don't have crazy good AC, so yes, that still hits, just not a crit.
God damn it! That's so frustrating. And I will activate favored foe.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Oh.
I'm sure you'll just fucking outright kill it or something.
I doubt it, although that would be pleasant.
Great.
Surprise. Alright. Not bad. 15 damage on the first.
Very nice. All right.
Second attack at disadvantage. Does a 17 hit.
17 fucking hits. I don't know why you're over here like... It's a fucking dog!
I have slept since then. I don't know what weird eldritch shit they got going on.
I can make them harder to hit if you want me to. I'll just bump their AC by about 10. Alright,
and that'll be 17 points of damage on the second arrow.
Remember, favored foe does not apply to the second shot. It's only the first one.
Oh, okay. That will be...
You mind. It's a one and done.
Whatever, minus 4. Did I say 17?
13. So a total of 28 points of damage on that first shot. That is nothing to sneeze at. Both shots just sinking right into this thing as it just taking it back like a half step. As one after the other, it sinks into its kind of chest and upper shoulder area. That hurt the shit out of it. That can be it for your turn. Also, I'm
ab-
assuming you stood up.
Oh yeah, 15 foot.
Yeah.
Um,
Now he's just bowing on the
my
ground.
bad.
That'd have been double disadvantage. But it's whatever. You're good.
A whole lot of anime says otherwise. And I guess, feeling myself being hassled, disrupting my shooting, and realizing something is nearby.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to Misty Step to
Sure.
a low branch.
You're trying to Misty Step up into a tree? Is that correct? Julian?
The trees all look the same, so I'm not sure.
Sure. I will say for the purposes of fun that you
There are
are-
like 5
like-
trees in my vicinity, so I don't know
pick a
which one
tree,
would have.
any tree, they're all relatively close to you.
We'll pick this one.
If my stuff will actually mark from your, like you could get 30 foot just on the edge of the bottom branches. I will, because you're vanishing and reappearing, I want an acrobatics check from you to catch yourself on a branch as you come out of the
Shit.
teleport.
Ooh,
Don't
and that
roll
is
bad.
a disadvantage because of exhaustion.
Ooh,
Oh.
that is rough. Oh yeah, because that's my right side of my screen here of Skype anyway. Failed those checks.
Dice was okay. Let's see what the second one says.
Natural one.
Okay. No, God, Jesus Christ. A 15 and a 16 respectively for a total
Oh,
of 7.
Jesus. Yeah. Easily enough with a 16. You are able to get up there and steady yourself on a branch. Fly, you fool, so I don't forget that you're not on the ground. All right. Is that going to be it for your turn? You're muted.
Said, oh God, what have I done? My character vanished.
Where'd you go? What the fuck did you do?
Oh God, what have I done?
Where
Oh,
did he
I was
go? Oh, there he is. I found him. Come here, you.
Julian has ascended this plane, fellas.
He didn't ascend this plane. He just went fucking across the map.
You said Misty Step. Tailspire heard you, bro.
This does not want me to put him in the tree.
I think you had to put it at the top last time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they can
Mr.
suck my
Sky.
dick. We're gonna assume right here is in the tree.
Okay.
I will not be fucking bossed around by technology. All right.
Yeah, that is action, movement, bonus action, and also a prayer. So.
And the kitchen sink, apparently. All
in the
right.
kitchen.
That's gonna bring us from Julian's turn to Bart's turn.
All right. I'm gonna use my halfling speciality and move through enemy spaces.
Woo!
Just gonna yank on that dog's tail and get him to whip around and just sort of jump around the other side of him
He
when
just
he does.
spins around and then
Yeah.
spins around again.
And
You know, it's like a shadowy, like there's not much physical impact when you yank on its tail as you go by.
and yeah, I am going to help Ella because I mean, playing things a little bit more logically, it's hard to tell when someone's gone down and when someone's just been yanked down. So I'm gonna hit her with a cure wounds.
Okay, and I mean, even you run up and you see that she's still conscious, just kind of has the breath knocked out of her as she was just kind of sent face first onto the ground.
That is unfortunately only 6 points of healing.
Oh, that's rough, buddy. Ow, ow. She still looks like she appreciates it. Like Elle looks vaguely dazed on the ground, a little pale. Like, this is not a good day for me. Just like in the process of trying to shove it in herself up. Is there anything else you're doing?
No. I'm going to keep emboldening bond going. I'm not going to discharge it. So, yep. That's my turn.
All
Hold
right.
on to that.
All right. That's gonna bring us to the dog's turn.
And unless I can somehow help Ella get up as a bonus action.
Oh, whoops. Actually gotta fix something because I recorded damage on the wrong dog. Not that it makes like a giant difference as long as the correct number of dogs are on the field, but whatever. All right, bring us to the dog's turn. So he's gonna
I'm guessing that was a no.
what was the question? I'm sorry.
I say unless I can somehow help Ella get up quicker as a bonus action.
I'll say not at this time. She is recovering from large amounts of blood loss. But unfortunately for you, these things are relatively smart. Kapow. As the slightly larger dog that, let out the fear-inducing howl appears out of thin air in front of you as it just kind of coalesces from a dark mist. Woo. A 24 to hit, Bart. You can go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me.
If I can pick up the D4, fuck me.
That's a wise choice.
I don't think it helped too much. 12. Or no, sorry, 13.
13 just squeaks in at making the DC. So almost taking you off your feet, but not quite. You do, however, take 12 points of piercing damage from the bite itself. As it bites at you and just snarls, like your blood still leaking from its jaws and just kind of dripping, as it then immediately vanishes once more.
Well, shit.
It do be like that, unfortunately. Just in time for another one to pop up right here next to you and also take a bite at you, Bart.
No. I need my hit points.
That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Yes.
Oh, no. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me.
All right. Oh, yeah, 19. Fuck that guy.
19. Okay, this one, while it rips into you for 15 points of piercing damage, I just rolled double sixes, so I'm sorry. Is still not able. This one, as well, while it sunk deep into you, it got you by your arm, and you were still kind of leaning into the other side from the alpha, trying to rip your legs out from under. You were able to just tear your arm out of its jaws, but it took its pound of flesh along with it.
All right.
This one does also vanish again, and it seems to move off a little bit. That does bring us to the one that's behind you, which, while its companions bit at you, this one is going to bite at its other foe that it had been trying to pursue. Taking a bite at Ella with a 21 to hit itself. For 7. 4, 7, 10. Tearing another chunk out of her before itself, still kind of limping from the arrows it took from Julian, vanishing. Alrighty, as that one also, and I know I clarified this rule earlier, but we all kind of agree it's a little dumb. So as you do hear that one exiting your range, and actually the other one, you would have heard two different two different dogs exiting your threatened range if you would like to use your reaction to hit either of them.
Sure, I'll try to take a swing at him.
Okay.
Disadvantage?
Correct.
No.
No? Okay. So, using your reaction, swinging through the air, not seeming to quite to make any contact with anything, but doing your best to protect both yourself and Ella. That brings us to this last dog, which has the most immediate threat and is going to turn and take a bite at Jakob. That is a natural 20. The return of the rolling hot. Jakob, make a strength saving throw for me.
Dispel.
Okay.
I'm glued now.
Sure.
I think I'm good with a 16.
Easily enough. This thing cannot get your legs out from under you. However, you do suffer 17 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
You do, of course, these attacks are not magical, so you are reducing the piercing. Just Only 14 points of damage actually make it through. As it kind of, you're wriggling, making sure that as much of your armor as possible takes the brunt, or not the brunt, but some of the impact. This one then also vanishes. However, it does not appear to exit your threatened space, Jakob. You hear it shuffle around a little bit, not quite sure where, but it does not seem to be leaving your immediate area. Ending their turn, that does bring us to Gloob.
Every target has disappeared off the map as far as I can tell. I will load up a crossbow bolt. I will hop over one more tree closer to Jakob and attempt to hide in this next tree right here.
Okay, go ahead, and that with your 20-foot hop, it's easy enough to get over there. Roll an acrobatics check and don't roll a natural 1 for me.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
27.
Hopping your way right on over there, and then also follow up with a stealth check.
Yep. I think that's plus 11 to 19.
19. Okay. Feeling reasonably hidden. And what are you doing with your action, you said?
Holding. I'm holding a crossbow bolt for the first enemy to appear.
Also, I just saw that I typed the wrong month. It is now fixed. Alrighty. Alright, so next enemy that has become visible is going to trigger your crossbow bolt.
Mm-hmm.
That then brings us to Jakob.
Am I still feared?
You have to roll a saving throw, so at the start of your turn, you are still feared.
Oh, have I been doing that?
I believe so.
What is the saving throw?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Ah, now I know why.
Yes.
I am not passing. I can use the D4 for that, right?
You got a D4.
You can. It's at the end of your turn.
Fuck. Okay. Well, that sucks. So I'm going to... Is moving over here technically moving closer?
No.
You said no?
The source of your fear appears to be somewhere towards your south.
Yeah, the last time I saw it, it was
Correct.
up near Bart.
It would still... Yeah. We'll basically use its last known location to determine the directions you can move. Yes, it is still... that is the direction you're currently afraid to go. It's to the south.
So do I run into anything?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Also, I've realized that some of my terrain is floating.
I guess I'm gonna try to move back here and then here.
Okay, as you move there, you provoke an AOP.
Okay.
Only a 16 to hit, however, does not hit you, but it does become visible because I can't make things sit inside of other things, apparently. It's in this brush.
A dog balancing on
Yeah.
the brushes like some Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon shit. It's got monk levels. Be careful, yeah.
Okay. Does that trigger Gloob's attack before I do what I'm going to?
I'd say it could, considering, like, I know the way the model looks, but presumably since you are hidden, you are within the branches, Gloob. If you, this will be giving it half cover on this attack.
Okay.
Because you're just, like, similar to how we did last session with Julian, kind of trying to fire through branches and stuff. It does obstruct your view somewhat.
24.
24 still fucking hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Shake up my dice a little bit more so I don't roll as many ones.
You gotta get the juices evenly dispersed through them. 23 points of piercing damage.
That kills the shit out of it.
There you go.
Finishing off that dog who, for the second time in a row, popping back into visibility, allowing you to snap off a shot Gloob, kind of taking it down through, like going in between the shoulder blades down into its heart area is where you were aiming for, and that does seem to do the trick. As it collapses and starts to slowly kind of like ooze apart as the other ones that you'll have slain have done.
All right. With that, I'm going to really do the only thing I can, which is climb 15 feet up the tree.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me as you attempt to climb up the tree, or start climbing up the tree.
19.
Yeah, easily
Jesus
enough.
Christ.
You make your way 15
He
foot up
just
the tree.
leaps.
Just kind of, woo! You're making your way up there.
Okay. That is going to be.
Okay.
Is climb speed the same as movement speed?
It is
no,
halved.
costs 1 extra, so
It's
I could
it's
only
basically
go
you can
10
do
feet,
you can
I
move
guess?
half your movement, yeah. So you're about 10 feet, about the same spot. These trees are not 100% to scale, but we're kind of treating them like that for ease of everybody.
Okay. And then does that cost my action?
No.
Okay.
That's
then
your
I
movement, so.
would like to ready a javelin attack.
I will say you
Regular-
cannot ready a javelin while hanging on the side of a tree.
Come on, just put.
No.
Okay.
You're in plate armor, hauling your
wasn't
ass
sure
up
if
a
I was
tree. Yeah.
On a branch or on.
No,
the
you're
tree.
you're still making your way up the tree. You're not quite there. It's a shorter tree, but you're not quite all the way up to the branches yet.
Okay. Then end of my turn. Wisdom
Okay.
saving
Anything you want to do with your bonus action or some such?
throw?
I just didn't know if you had used your second wind already or anything.
I haven't, but
It's up to you. I'm not gonna make you use your
It'll be all right.
resources. That's entirely up to you, dude.
it'll be alright.
I just want to remind you that you had it.
Rage.
Yeah, I'm still feared.
Oof. What was the total? Just
7.
7. Okay. Yeah. You are still feared. That's rough.
Damn.
All right. Ending Jakob's turn. That will bring us back to the top of the turn to Ella. Ella is going to stand up.
It's a good turn, Ella. Good turn so far. Keep it going. keep this momentum.
Power play right there.
She's just like moving around.
I swear to God, if she climbs that fucking tree, I'm gonna be so mad.
She's not. You're right here next to her. Unfortunately, she is regretting giving up that health potion to Julian at this point in time. But she is going to use her action to dodge, as she is looking incredibly rough after that last chunk that dog tore out of her. That'll bring us to Julian.
Your boy's gonna hold his action to shoot the first
First thing that becomes
threatening
visible.
puppy to show up,
All right. Very well.
or a bowman if one shows up. I just want to clarify any.
Any
back-
threat, any hostile
Yeah.
presence.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
shooting the friendly.
You feel kind of irritated at Jakob right about now. Anywho. All right. That's going to end your turn. That brings us to Bart.
I am going to heal my my dog berattled buttocks.
Okay, you're going to heal yourself?
Yeah.
All right.
I wasn't sure where that was going. I thought you were talking about Ella. I was like, I'm gonna heal my dog. like,
I'm going to say, all right, well, Ella's probably not going to be with the squad for much longer.
heal,
She'll
heal
leave.
the homie.
18 points of healing, but that was the 3rd level, so could have been a little bit better.
I think that's actually, I think, dead on average, isn't it? Almost. It's
Oh, shit,
one
I got-
off. 19 would be average, I think, for that. Do what?
I got so confused there for a second because I went to the wrong character sheet.
God damn. Wild shape.
How many 3rd level spells do you have?
Some.
Left?
Yeah.
After this, too.
I wouldn't worry about it, Jones.
Shut up. I'm worried about it.
All right.
I said 18, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
And, well, I'm hang here with
You
my
hang out
homegirl,
here with
so-
Ella. As y'all are kind
so
of
then-
back to back. She's got
Yeah.
her sword and shield up, doing kind of the Mortal Kombat. She is wobbling. All right. It do be like that sometimes. All right. That's going to bring us to the dog's turn. There are fewer of them than there were at the start, but there are still dogs. So at this juncture, y'all are both standing up. High low, Kent.
Always high. Never ask me the odds.
Okay. This guy is going to pop out of stealth, attacking Ella.
I want him to attack me, by the way. I'm not kidding.
Do you... Okay. You sure? Oh, it still wouldn't be your way, though, because I rolled a 1. So...
Oh, well,
Still me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Either
I
one
want
of
to
those.
attack Ella. Yeah, go.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. Save me instead.
Luckily for you, it only rolled a 10, so... And actually, that should have been a straight roll, but it didn't matter because both dice were really bad. Biting out at her just as she's kind of on top of it, just kind of smacking it in the muzzle as it lunges out of its stealth, smacking it in the face with her shield. It does then kind of recoil, snarling, and turn invisible once more. That would, however, have triggered Julian's reaction, so fire 1 arrow for me.
Is that the one that I shot before, or is that the big one?
That appears to be the slightly larger one.
22.
22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
14.
14 points of damage. Nice. Catching it as it is like stepping back from Ella, just right into the meat of its side. It does then still turn back invisible. That then brings us to all these guys. This one's gonna run up to its closest target before becoming visible again, taking a bite at Bart. That's going to be another 21 to hit, Bart. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me.
Throw a D4 in there.
Sure.
Yeah, I got it. 17.
17. Very nice. Still there, having a hard time. Your low center of gravity really seems to be playing to your advantage in this situation. You do, however, still take 11 points of piercing damage. Before this one also vanishes once again and seems to exit your threatened space once more if you would like to take an AOP at it.
Sure. 16.
At disadvantage?
Oh, shit. 16.
Okay. That does hit. Roll that big singular D6.
Yeah, I was saying, like, Jesus Christ, I don't even remember what a club does. Or 4 points of
Hell yeah. Seeming to
Plus
catch
0.
a little bit of ass as it retreats. All right. And you said high, correct?
Always high.
To be hit, to be targeted or not targeted?
Yeah, come after me.
We'll clarify. Unfortunate for you, this one also wants to target Ella. As it pops back out of the darkness. I say out of the darkness, out of the dim light. Because despite the bright light we have going on here on the thing, it is dim. This is just so everybody can see.
It's just... yeah.
Ooh, that's a 24 to hit against Ella. Ooh, shit.
Oh,
Fuck it.
shit.
Yeah, Ella's probably about to go down, I'm going to be honest with you guys. That is cocked. Oof. Ella goes down.
That sucks.
Because I think Ella had 8 HP. Yep. So y'all watch this one come out of the ether and just catching her, kind of like lunging up and grabbing her on like kind of down at the love handles area right above her hip and just tearing a chunk of her side and her armor away, and she just collapses.
Oof.
All right. This one is then, however, going to turn invisible and not provoke an AOP because its target is down. All right. It's going to bring us to Gloob.
Well, considering I don't have much to contribute on the ground except for a target, but Jakob has since... Shit.
I will say you definitely have noticed that Jakob has spent like the entirety of this fight so far just kind of like you've seen his kind of like his gauntlets, his grip on his greatsword and probably on his javelins kind of trembling a little bit.
I can't leave my boy Bart down there if Ella's gone down. So I'm gonna... Son of a fuck.
Safe or fast, Jones?
That's the decision, isn't it?
It is I have no idea how much HP you have.
I'm okay, but these guys hurt. So,
All
right, so fast way. I want to make sure I'm getting the benefits out of this.
Correct.
Fast way. If I were to jump from right here down to the bottom, that's 0 off my movement, right?
If you just hop down.
If I just jump down.
If you just drop,
through the
yeah.
trees.
Yeah. If you just drop
Okay.
straight down.
All right, and does the fact that I have a 25-foot vertical help at all?
No.
Okay. All right. Worth the question.
Like if you were jumping yourself, like if you were on the ground and you jumped like 20 foot straight up, I wouldn't say you would take fall damage from falling for the jump, but just kind of hopping out of the tree, you will still that I will give you an acrobatics check to see how you do on sticking the landing.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage because you're exhausted.
No nuts, no glory.
There you go.
I have a dice cocked between a 13 and a 1. The other
Reroll
dice
it
is
for me.
17. So it's a 5, but my acrobatics is plus 11 for 16.
16. Okay, that definitely saves your bacon there as you drop, because let me just real quick for easy math. So where you say you're still gonna take some damage, just not nearly as much. So you're only gonna take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you kind of really cushion yourself as you hit the ground there. So doesn't feel great on your little froggy knees, but by Jove, it could have been a lot worse.
Awesome. So that's not the one I want. Kind of want to get right here, which is gonna.
That is in the air.
Oh God.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know what it was doing there.
I'm trying to measure over to Bart.
So if you just measure to the square right behind him, it's about 30 feet. So you'd have to dash to get that last 5 foot.
I don't think I'm gonna use anything from my bonus action anyway, so I'm gonna get right back to back with Bart here.
Okay.
Whipping out the rapier and just readying my action to stab whatever shows up.
Anything that shows up within your threatened space?
Right.
Okay. Cool beanie weenies. All right, is that going to be it for your turn?
Yeah, that's everything.
Jakob, that brings us to your turn. Literally all of your friends are in the direction of whatever it is of the thing you're afraid of.
Gonna crawl to the nearest branch.
Okay, you're going to use 50 more feet of movement. Just roll another athletics check for me. Just don't roll really poorly.
21.
21. Easily enough. You make it up into the branches of the tree. Kind of just, if you just want to set yourself kind of up. Oh gosh darn it. It does not like, we need slightly more like model friendly tree tops. But that's okay. So you are up there. You are now kind of in the branches, as clunky as that is, in your plate mail armor.
Then I am going to ready a javelin at... I'm going to be aiming for Big Dog.
When it appears?
Yes.
Okay. Just remember that your range is only 30 feet, so you were more or less guaranteeing this attack is going to be at disadvantage. Granted, if you're throwing it at the big dog, it'd be at disadvantage anyway because you're scared of it. So, never mind.
Yeah.
All right.
And before I end my turn, I'm going to say I can't go near that big dog, whatever it is.
Just kind of calling that out to your companions. All right. Ending Jakob's turn. Ending Jakob's turn. That's going to bring us back to the top of the initiative order to Ella. Ella is going to make a death saving throw. Okay. I will be telling you neither yay, nay, or yay. Yay or nay. On her successes and failures.
Will
All
you
right.
tell us if she maybe made it?
I'll tell you if you make a medicine check. All right. That's gonna end Ella's turn. Julian, what you doing, buddy? You've Jakob and Gloob have traded spots. Gloob is now on the ground, and Jakob is in a tree.
All right, let's see if we can draw a little bit of aggro without getting myself killed.
Sure.
Um,
Always a noble pursuit.
I didn't roll my wisdom save.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and roll that there at the end of the turn of your turn.
So does 8 pass?
An 8 total?
Yep.
An 8 does not pass. You are still feared.
Augers, dude.
That is rough, dude. I'm so sorry.
so calling
You're
on
muted, Kent.
what?
Sorry. You're good. Continue, Julian.
Calling on the predatory spirits of the forest, he is going to cast Summon Shadow Spawn.
Sure.
I don't have a
Yeah, give me
thing.
1 second to get your little guy out, because I've got him under unique creatures. So you just move him wherever you want him. He should automatically belong to you.
Cool.
I believe.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Nope. No.
Nope.
I cannot.
Damn it. I thought I did that for your guys' stuff. I did not. Now he belongs to you. There we go.
Right there. And it will
Okay.
take the form of a shadowy and amorphous bear.
Okay. Very nice. There is now a spooky eldritch shadow bear. Looks actually weirdly similar to the creatures y'all are fighting. But more drippy. More like watery.
Very.
Less misty.
Very-
Less like smoky. Like
Yeah.
the dogs are, and more like it's an ocean bear. Sea bear.
And with a growl, it is going to hold its action to attack the first creature that becomes visible in its area.
Sure.
The first enemy.
Alright. Does that be it for your turn?
Hopefully. Yeah, I'm just trying to get this guy to maybe soak some hits or get some hits, one of the two.
Alright. I will say never mind. I was just gonna be fucking around a little bit. I was about to say something new did appear in Gloob's threatened range.
Oh no!
I'm fucking joking. Oh, did you actually?
Yeah,
Oh,
I rolled
shit.
a disadvantage because I was like, if it's a random creature,
whoosh.
that's completely that's legitimate.
fair.
I just rolled double natural 20s. I was just sending
Hell
a picture of
yeah.
it. I was sending a picture of it to the group chat. I was like, well, I wasted this.
Sick. Sick. That would have sucked though if you just turned around and what if you had crit the fucking shadow monster and just instant give Julian summon? That'd have been bad.
I was legitimately thinking about the same thing. Like, did Julian just summon a shadowy hound to help us out down here? Like, this motherfucker.
At least this is a shadowy bear. It was the bear that made Gloob go, no, this can't be the same thing. That's a bear.
I decided I was going to make it a roll to see what predatory spirits. So I had a table of forest creatures.
Love it.
Okay. That's just like, you just random table, you summon a shadowy shark who just starts flopping around, chomping at you.
No, I'm making a table for like every biome we can be in.
I get
Yeah.
it.
All right, so that's gonna end your turn. Brings us to Bart. What you doing, buddy?
I am going to move 25 feet.
You're going where?
Going right here.
You cannot go into that square.
I'll go right here.
All right, you see, you have to kind of maneuver your way around
What?
around something.
Oh, I'm using my channel divinity, so I'm just gonna zoom through that guy.
Okay.
And make a right here. So go through,
All
and
right.
that's 2 spaces, 3, 4,
Okay.
and 5.
Okay, so I'm assuming you heal Ella and Gloob.
Yeah, heal Ella and Gloob.
Okay, go ahead and roll that
Oh,
healing.
that's your channel divinity. I thought you were just like, I'll just use my movement trying to figure where they're
That's
at.
your. Is that your second for the day? Because you guys haven't had a short rest.
Yeah, so that's 14 total. That's
Very
a
nice.
6 and a 3.
Nice.
Um,
I can remember where
and
I have
then
Ella's sheet.
I will suspend Emboldening Bond as a bonus action to end the fear effect on Jakob. Tell him, Sorolali didn't keep you in these spots so many times for you to hide in a damn tree. Get down here.
Thank you.
Nice. All right. Those who had Emboldening Bond no longer have it. And that's your second use of Channel Divinity. We got some healing out. All right, is that going to be it for your turn there?
My turn.
Ella
I
has
definitely
come.
know that I can't move out of this square, so I'm going to stick right here.
Ella has come gasping back to consciousness.
Just to hear me yelling at Jakob.
Yeah, just
Out of
like,
a goddamn tree.
like coughing up, just looking like absolute dog shit. Okay, that's gonna bring us to the dog's turn. You keep making the things that it's trying to make dead, not dead. Fucking not Jakob. Bart.
It's true.
This thing is gonna pop back into visibility and take a bite at you, which would trigger the attack from the ghosty.
And me.
Sure.
But now you only roll at normal disadvantage, not double disadvantage.
All right, I'm not gonna make Ella expend her blood maledict on a natural 20.
Oof. It is what it is.
Because that hits.
All right.
Unfortunately for it, it rolled really shitty on its damage dice, so you only take 13 points of piercing damage. But also, make a strength saving throw to not be knocked prone. And I guess we'll resolve y'all's attacks here momentarily.
Shit. Well, 13 was too low, right? It was 14.
It was just enough. 13 was on the money.
Hell yeah, okay, with 13.
So you are still not quite being knocked down.
You said how much damage did you say it took?
13. 13 points of piercing.
Oh yeah, shit.
It could have been worse. That could have been the max damage roll.
Yeah, I would have definitely been down in that case.
All right, and what were your 2 attacks, guys? Still
20.
at disadvantage, even though you're not feared.
22.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Nice.
That's going to be maximum damage, so 11 points of damage.
Very nice.
He's like, fuck you for making me afraid.
I imagine Jakob's just crying at this point.
All right, and what's that attack from the shadow monster? Julian? Hello?
Sorry, I'm looking up its stats 1 second.
It's your spell attack bonus for it to hit.
Cool.
It's your spell attack bonus and then like 1d12 plus some other things for cold damage. Actually, let me double check something. Now that I think about what your damage type is.
They don't have resistances.
Yeah, they do. Oh, it actually should have. Your crossbow's not magical, is it, Gloob?
No. It's
Whoops.
not.
Oh well. A little late for that.
These things have. Holy shit.
Apparently.
Apparently.
How much damage you just deal, Jakob? 11?
11.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
Oh, we should be dead.
Maybe.
We should be fucking dead by now.
To be fair, y'all probably should have been dead to the eight jackal wares I threw at you because they should have been immune to a lot of y'all's damage. But hey, that's neither here nor there. What's the damage on that?
Double checking what the bonus is. 12 damage.
12 damage. Wow. That is quite a bit. Very nice.
6 plus 6.
All right. Very nice. All right, we're just going to kind of, not going to completely retcon anything, but we're just going to kind of change a few numbers around on what's still on the board. All right. Alrighty. All right. So that's that thing's turn. So it bites out at Bart, give him a nice little nip in the butt before turning back invisible once again. And you do hear it moving out of your threatened space, Bart. She would have gotten back. Ghost Dick doesn't get it because it was his reaction to do his held action. Ella's gonna try from the ground and is not gonna hit.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that for me.
2, which I'm guessing is going to get reduced to 1.
It does.
Hell yeah. Hey, every little bit counts, fellas.
Absolutely.
We're getting there. Teamwork's making a dream.
Oh man. Yeah, hindsight being 2020, probably not the best DM in the world for all these things that could have almost killed you guys. So my bad, fellas. Or
That's
should
okay.
have possibly
they
killed
can
you
just
guys.
not have resistance. That's
Nah,
fine.
nah. I've remembered it now. Alright, so he pops out of there. That's then going to bring us to this dude. Who...
Come here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hit me.
Okay. 10. Does pop out taking a bite at you. Gloob.
I can tell you guys one thing. If we have to spend another night in this place, I'm definitely preparing fairy fire.
That's fair. That's a dirty 20 to hit, Gloob.
Is 21 to hit him first.
Y'all's attacks are both gonna go off.
Okay.
Luckily for you, he rolls like shit. You only take 6 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
Alright.
He's gonna take.
You know what? Hold on. Wait a second. God damn it. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna fucking use it. Ella, from her grounded position, is gonna throw up one of her arms as and her eyes just kind of like go blood red momentarily as the blood just flowing out from her wounds and seems to go into the face of the dog as she's gonna use a unenhanced because she cannot take any more damage right now. What's your AC?
My AC is 17.
Brought it to a 17 from the dirty 20. So you still take the 6 points of piercing.
All right.
But it seems to like, as it grabs onto you, you can see like blood kind of covering over its eyes.
Is this the first time Ella's done this to
Correct.
an enemy?
Correct.
That's disgusting.
That-
That's just nasty.
Wolf is gonna take 27 points of damage from the sword.
The sword's magic, though, right?
It
The
is.
sword is
Hell
magic, so
yeah.
it does not
Fuck
reduce. So
that.
27 points of damage.
Yeah.
It still doesn't quite kill it though.
Oh, fuck that dog.
I rolled almost max damage. I rolled a 5, 2 6s, and a 4
This
on
would
the
this
D8.
would have taken almost
Or
no
5 on the
damage.
D8.
You said 27?
Yeah.
It is hurting.
I would hope so.
Eh.
Shit.
But it does then turn invisible again and move away.
It moves away, you say?
That was your reaction, dog.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
God damn it. These things going ahead of me sucks.
it is rough. And we got one more party animal. All right. And so now it's got 3 that are being a pain in the dick. So we're going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. All right. 5, 10, 15. As a dog materializes here, coming out to bite at Bart.
That's not good.
It's a natural 20.
All right. You probably. I got 7 hit points left, so I can just assume I'm going to be going down.
Basically.
There you go.
Yeah, 6, 9, 18, 21 points of piercing damage.
Well, see, I'm glad he rolled really good on that.
Not on any of the other
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
That would have sucked if I'm like, okay, boys, yeah, I drunk a potion, healed for,
And then-
Chomp.
Chomp.
Right back down. Never mind, I didn't matter. All right.
So
Well, now use my words to say, get the fuck out of the trees and come help me.
as Bart goes down, and this dog also 15. Hold on, let me double check the movement speed. I don't want to get it too far away from you guys. That'd be rude. 20, 50, 30. As y'all hear it, once again moving away from you, but with no reactions to do much about it. And Bart, y'all see from the trees, Bart being knocked unconscious. That is going to end their turn, bringing us to your turn, Gloob.
Where did the wolf appear that just bit Bart?
That just bit Bart? It appeared in this square right next to you.
Okay. And I don't know what you said. Did I hear anything move away from right there?
Yeah. It sounded like it moved back away from you, but you're not sure where it's at anymore.
What about the one that was right in front of me that I just heard? Just seeing like
That
blood
you have-
dripping, or
No.
I didn't hear any like walking away there either.
You heard them move. They have all now variously like popped into existence, vanished, and have all seemed to redisperse. They seem to be hitting you with the nipping you at your heels as they run you down tactic.
Right. I want to check something out because maybe it'll help on this item that you've given me.
Yeah. It does cost the action. You're still using the spell.
Right. I didn't know if it was only on themselves.
Yep,
Shit.
it is only on yourself.
Okay. Fuck.
And I think you got, because the last time you used it was to give yourself temp HP, so it has reset since then.
Yeah.
Because you haven't used it today.
No, I don't want to use it right now unless I could use it on. I think all I'm gonna do right now is, if you'll let me,
Sure.
since he's prone and knocked down, occupy the same square as Bart.
He is currently unconscious and bleeding out, so if you would like to stand over him, as y'all are both small, I will say sure.
I want to like stand over him, get the sword ready my action. Bonus action, hide in this square.
She just wiggles underneath my unconscious body.
No, I'm just gonna.
I got it.
I'm gonna ready my action to stab anything that comes close.
Sure. All right. Does that be it for your
That's it.
turn?
That's my turn. Yeah.
All right. That brings us to Jakob. Jakob. Dip.
I'm
Javelin.
dropping at it.
Javelin went true. Did pretty good.
Do we see a floating javelin?
Well, did it do pretty good, or did I notice that it didn't do?
I will say, yeah, you noticed that, like, you definitely saw that it should have landed pretty solidly, but it didn't seem to sink in quite as far as it should have.
Okay. Well, I am going to, with a shout of enough, drop out of the tree.
Okay.
Which I know from a high height, but
I will say, make an acrobatics check for me. It is going to be difficult for you.
Yeah, it is.
16.
16 does not quite half it like it did for Gloob. 6 points of bludgeoning damage. As you just kind of crunch.
My great weapon.
No, your heavy armor master does not reduce falling damage.
He's absorbing the impact with his knee pads.
Yeah, it's the shock absorbers built into the.
Like, you don't fall prone or anything. You take the full damage and it like just kind of like bam slams one knee into the ground. Just the weight of your armor and all the rest of your gear, just very hard to keep all that up with a fall.
EM says, "Nah, fam, I got you. You can absorb that damage with your hit points."
Correct. That's what it's there for.
Okay, that sucks. Never mind. Can you make me not flying?
I can. With pleasure, fall. You are in this
Just
square,
to,
of course.
Next to the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go 5,
10.
10, 15, 20, 25. Am I able to do the same with Ella? Stand over her body?
Ella is conscious.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, you saw
Okay.
her just like from the tree. You saw her like fling out an arm as blood went like flying into the face of the dog that went to bite at Glue, but it did still manage to make contact.
Okay. And I didn't. I'm assuming I didn't run into anybody
You did
on
not.
my way. Okay.
No, you did not.
Oh, I'm going to ready. Let's see, that was 25.
So you have not spent your action.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of if I could move like right there, if that would help anything, and I don't think it would. I'm just gonna ready
Ready an attack.
an attack. Yeah.
Sure. Alrighty. If that's gonna be it for your turn, that's gonna bring us to the top of the turn to Ella, who is going to stand up again. She's having a very difficult time. Let me take a look at this here character sheet. I mean, she's looking better than she was. Oh boy.
The first lesson of adventuring school is getting up and down in heavy armor.
Ella's not wearing heavy armor. Ella's in studded, so leather. So she's actually fairly nimble. But ow, there's actually a lot of holes in that now. It's been ripped out by various and sundry dog bites. And oh man, like with where she's at, she doesn't. I mean, actually, she has 2 uses left, and Bart has saved y'all's ass quite a few times. So she's just gonna kind of, whoop, shit, almost fucking tip my chair over. That'd have been bad.
So she's just gonna
Session over.
over.
Session over. Ella just kind of like drops her shield to one side and stabs her sword in the earth. It just yanks open her bag, pulling like what you can see is heavily diminished medicinal supplies and rapidly applying them to Bart with her action. 2, 6. You heal for 12 points
Jesus.
of healing. It scales with your level, so D6 plus 4 plus your level.
Good God.
Yeah. You cat. Okay, so healing for 12 points. That is Ella's action aside from standing the fuck up. So she's now faced this way. Bart, you are now conscious with looking at frog ass. Just blinking awake. Fancily clothed frog ass, I will say. Probably a little less so with all the like falling up and down. It's probably a little dirty, but other than that. Alright. That is going to end Ella's turn because there's not really jack shit else she can do because she does not want to wander out by herself. Bring us to Julian. What you doing, buddy?
Alright, we're gonna try and get some better body blocking going on for these guys. So we're gonna move Buddy right there.
Alright.
And he is going to continue holding his action for smacking the shit out of anything that comes near. And Julian will do the same to shoot anything that comes near them.
Alright. It's going to bring us to Bart's turn. Bart, you are not making a death saving throw for me because you are conscious.
I will spend 10 feet of movement to get back on my feet.
Sure.
And I guess I'll wiggle up on over this way, I guess.
Sure. You are standing. Whoop.
Hey. And, whew, that feels good.
Glad to have you back.
Yeah. You have like kind of stings where some like salves where it's not as pleasant when she's having to do it that rapidly, but you're awake.
All right. Well, I got 3 homies next to me. I think they need to get emboldened.
Okay. You're using your emboldening bond.
And on Gloob, Jakob, and Ella.
Alright. You are now emboldened. Is that going to be it for your turn?
No, I will immediately get rid of it to give everyone advantage in the next attack roll.
Okay.
So as soon as they come out, Gloob, wouldn't that technically give Gloob sneak attack?
I mean, Gloob gets sneak attack almost, basically under
Okay.
almost every circumstance because that's basically how Swashbuckler functions.
All right, we need to get this over with. So.
Okay. Ending your turn, that brings us to the dog's turn. Okay. And from kind of somewhere in this direction southward, y'all hear a low kind of howl. And then y'all hear movement in multiple directions moving away from you.
Well, that was very useful.
I'm sorry. I'd already decided to give them that roll at immediately after their turn. So.
Shit. Okay.
And they're not using their actions. 40. So y'all hear them. You still can't see them, but you hear the sounds of them following that lower howl of what sounds like the remaining 3 moving off. I'm just gonna go ahead and ask this up front. Is anybody planning on pursuing?
For real?
That's why I'm asking.
I think if there were to be any pursuit whatsoever, it would be owls trying to chase them at most.
Sure. Okay. If that's the case, we'll say what would be the top of the initiative order following the howl, which was like a lower pitch. It wasn't like an aggressive howl like the one that feared y'all previously, but more of a communicatory howl. You do hear another like low high low whistle from in the direction that would be across the river as the dogs appear to be retreating for the moment. And if y'all are not pursuing, I'll say that we are out of initiative order.
Well,
Right.
Julian will start by shimmying down the tree and heading over to his buddy.
Yeah. I'll say in the just roll an acrobatics check for me and don't roll bad. Just see if you natural 1 as you kind of shimmy your way down the tree. For the sake of
That
rolling
is
dice.
12.
Yeah. I will say taking it slow and steady. Still like a little bit scary because of all the blood loss and recent happenings, but you are able to make it down the tree. As to where you guys are all just kind of clustered there together.
We can't keep this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to find a safe place to rest, or if we're close enough, get out of this forest.
How far out are we?
Yeah. With a survival check, I guess, DM?
That is correct.
Can I give him?
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Good shit. The dice were a 6 and a 19.
Okay.
Plus
What's that total out to?
25.
25. So, you'll know that you guys, without traveling like through the night, you will not make it all the way out of the woods today. You figure that as long as you guys keep a reasonable pace, or even maybe a slower pace when taking into account the absolute mad dash y'all went through for several hours earlier today, that you guys will very easily make it out of the more dense part of the forest. And you figure maybe another half to full day of travel will get you all the way out of the woods after that.
Alrighty.
Go ahead and move this back over. Make sure nobody's cameras are fucked up here. It's looking okay. Alright.
How damp is the area that we're in right now?
How what?
Damp?
Damp? I mean, reasonably so. This is an area that isn't that far away from the river proper. So it's definitely damper than some of the other areas that have been squishier in spots. And if I recall correctly, y'all had sought this spot out last session, specifically also looking for there to be a wet place for Gloob to be.
Well,
So.
I mean, just like in the woods in this area in general.
It's wet-ish. Y'all went a little deeper into the woods, so it's not like all consuming, not all permeating, but wet-ish. There are spots where there are like some deeper puddles and like standing water.
All right. Well, I mean, we can try and rest up a little bit. Not in a great situation for me to get into another fight, and I think Miss Ella's getting pretty low on supplies as well.
I am. I probably have about enough to do significant good to about one more person.
I mean, you're looking pretty rough, aren't you there, Glue?
I'm much better now that you healed me. I think I know we're not looking, but I think we push at least to get out of this deeper part of the forest.
All right.
I agree, and then we should probably rest after that.
Okay.
I
All right.
apologize that I took the coward's way up to the tree, but I couldn't get anywhere nearer to that dog than where I was at.
No time to apologize. We need to move.
Right. Kind of want to set this place on fire. Not gonna lie. I know we can't make too big of a fire, but you might be able to cause some kind of distraction. I don't know. I just got an itch in the back of my head that says if we can get forest fire going a little bit in a small area, it might draw some attention either from the people hunting us or maybe rangers on the edge of the forest to come in and find us.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We've already got one war on our hands. We may not want to cause another one.
Let's keep moving then.
Okay. So y'all are moving out from here. Are y'all trying to be stealthy or no?
Oh, we gotta
I'm moving.
Okay.
Yep. We haul in the booty. And I will keep the summon shadow spawn for its remaining like 59.5 minutes in the back as like an early warning system, I guess.
Sure. All right.
Is the shadow spawn corporeal?
That's a physical creature.
And you made it the size of a bear? Is it still medium?
It is a small bear.
It's a small bear.
It's a smaller bear. Okay.
It's a small bear.
Is size category small or just
No,
not
medium.
as large?
It's
Small
just not.
for a
It's
bear.
just not large. Yeah, it's small. It's a
All right,
little for a
I was
bear.
just clarifying real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say it could be. Would it be useful for us if we had an angry bear that's just barreling through the brush to make us like a more traversable path through like things ahead of us?
I mean, I'll say it wouldn't hurt. This thing wouldn't make more of a difference as putting Jakob in the front and doing the same thing. It will also, if you're just blazing a trail, it will make a wildly like prevalent. Like I don't know if I could in good conscience say people couldn't track you unless they rolled a natural one.
Right. I don't personally feel like there's a chance that these people aren't going to catch up to us in any case. So
Y'all have tried sneaking for all of half an hour, which I will say, Julian noted that they did lose your guys' trail for a little bit when you did that.
What I think we are. Well, I'll make this an in-character statement.
Travel for a bit. Split with this thing. Have it run off, making a trail. We sneak a bit, but let's get some distance first.
Agreed.
Okay.
So sneak for a half hour, then alter course just a little bit sneakily, and
So-
then have the shadow spawn continue on that first trajectory, making a
Okay.
scene
So y'all are snaking.
after 30 minutes.
So y'all are So y'all are moving at fast pace for the first 30 minutes.
Book it for 30 minutes. Alter course to sneak. Keep the shadow spawn on that same course for its remaining 30 minutes alive.
Yeah, we should have the shadow spawn go off on a direction opposite the side of the river at an angled trajectory so that it has a further distance to cross over our trail on. I think will probably be the best move in that situation. And I don't know, I might be able to. Shit, I'm trying to think of something that would keep it sent easier. I don't really know what they're tracking us with, or what would be the easiest thing they might be tracking us by. If it's just prints or
Roll
smell.
an intelligence check for me, Bart.
7.
You're not quite sure, but you look down as y'all are running through the forest and leaving giant imprints for those of you that are heavier. And even those that are lighter, still leaving pretty heavy indentations in the forest floor. So you're not quite certain, but you're like, pretty clear footprints. Crazy.
Yeah, so sooner rather than later, half-hour book it, half-hour sneak.
Okay.
Alright.
And then after that half-hour sneak, when the shadow spawn's dead, we might as well book it again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Assuming stealth check at disadvantage.
If y'all are trying to be stealthy at all, sure. That's disadvantage all around.
I do have a question. The emboldening bond break, how long does that last, and is it just for attacks?
It lasts for 10 minutes. It does last for ability checks.
But we'd be running for 30, so.
Yeah, it probably helps a little bit at the very beginning, but considering the stealth is for the full 30, I'll say roll it. I'll give you some kind of bonus for it.
Weren't
even
we
if it-
running for 30 minutes and then stealthing once we broke apart?
Y'all are still trying to be stealthy-ish, but basically,
No,
oh
I ended the emboldening bond.
Yeah,
oh
but-
you did instantly end it. That's true. So you have no
Yeah, so
emboldening
the order of the...
bond. Uh-oh. In the arms of the angels, fly away.
Julian became the ghost
So-
of Saltmarsh.
From my understanding, the order of operations was for you guys to run for 30,
Yes.
and then
Send the shadow
slow
spawn off for
down.
30 while
Yeah.
we stealth for.
yeah, kind of
Right.
sending it off at like an angle away from you guys while you'll begin to stealth.
Okay, so I wouldn't have gotten it.
Right.
My stealth check is 14
14. Okay.
with disadvantage.
I gotta clear up my little thing so it's easier to keep track of who got what. So we got 14 for Bart.
50?
50.
15?
Dude, it sounded
Dear
like
God.
50.
It
Like,
really did. I
What
was
the
very
hell?
disappointed. I'm not the rogue anymore.
I mean, he had the manual of dexterity. He had expertise. He's level 17. He had a D12 inspiration dice. He had guidance. Like everything, every bonus physically possible.
The bard's off in the distance.
Ding dong ding dong 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 dong.
Am I at disadvantage or no?
You are-
With the boots.
Considering this is largely in
Is it-
part to try to not. I believe I rolled previously that these boots did not help you not leave tracks.
Okay.
So it's just with sound, so it will be a disadvantage.
All right. 19 then.
19, still very good, even at disadvantage. And then apparently, even though he disconnected, Cody's is 26 at disadvantage. Holy shit. Alright, guys, you ready to hear fucking Ella's stealth at disadvantage? Because this is not going to be great.
Double 20s. I already know what it's going to be. You don't even need to roll it, honestly.
Almost the exact opposite, as a 2 and a 1.
Oh no, fuck. Alright. Now I've got the method, Nat 1. Just call it Nat 1 every time.
There you go. Just
been a
curse
nat
it.
one.
Just curse it in
Yeah.
the opposite direction.
Yeah,
Ella has
yeah,
had a bad day today. Especially in recent hours. I don't know if we're gonna get him back or not. Not sure what's going on here, so we're gonna keep on going here for a minute.
Oh, he's not there, is he?
Oh, he is. No, he is not here. Which I suspect is why we lost him. However, y'all have a couple of one very high, one high, and then two very okay stealth checks.
Maybe okay.
So it's very middle of the road, you know.
They'll put that on Bart's
It's
tombstone. He was
in the
very okay.
teens, you know. It's in the teens. It's all right. Could be worse. Could be better. You know, that kind of deal. You're like, yeah. Take it or
It's
leave
good
it.
for them. I'm
Good.
gonna say
There
that.
you go. Good for them. So, because Julian's not here, I'm gonna assume. I feel like it's reasonable to assume he'll be trying to do something similar to what y'all were doing what he did last time, which is try to cover up some of y'all's tracks. Does anybody would like to assist him in that matter? Because that would give him a straight check. So I'm going to roll that for him. If he shows up before I finish doing it, then he can roll instead. Or he can decide not to do it. Oof. He probably shouldn't want me to do it. Probably should have had one of y'all do it, honestly. Whoops. Hindsight 2020 and all that. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. I haven't said what the result was. One of y'all roll a straight D20 for me.
Ah, got you. It's a 17.
There you go. That is 10 more than what I rolled for him. Which his survival is a +6. Okay, that's what I thought. So with a 23, because Julian's not needing to lead y'all along nearly as much, since you guys aren't right next to the river like you were previously, but y'all know whereabouts it is, and you know that keeping the river on your left will eventually get you guys out of here. Welcome back, Julian. Speaking of, you rolled a 23 on your survival check to cover y'all's trail.
Oh,
very nice.
That's cool.
I assumed that was something you would want to do, so I was like, we're going to keep things moving and do that.
Cody's like, with that check, absolutely.
Yeah. So, with Julian kind of trailing a little behind you guys, trying to rough up your trail, especially having to make some adjustments for where Ella had been, even with some of y'all kind of helping her along. Y'all stealth for another 30 minutes, having sent off the Shadow Bear with the remainder of its life expectancy, kind of at an angle off at you guys to cause as much of a ruckus as possible. And so y'all are y'all just stealthing for 30, or what's y'all's plan?
Yeah, I think that's what the plan was, to get a big gap away from the obvious trail.
I will say y'all move much slower at full stealth speed, so there's a gap, but it's about half the gap that it would have been if y'all were moving at regular speed.
Yeah, I mean, like 30 minutes at a walk is still not an inconsiderable amount of distance.
This is more than a walk. This is slower than a walk. Y'all are intentionally being doing your best, because it's not an easy task to intentionally not leave a trail while also having somebody breaking up what trail you do leave. This is a slow pace.
Yeah, I mean, if it seems like we're in a distance that would be easy for a hound to pick up our scent after 30 minutes, we should probably stealth for a little bit longer than that. But I would say once we got a fair amount away, then we could continue trying to get out of Dodge at a brisk pace.
You say we just stealth until we hit the lighter wood.
Even at 1/3 speed, that's still 3,000 feet over half an hour. So,
okay,
so.
It's still a solid chunk of distance, but for how long these guys have been trailing you.
Yeah, and for that Shadow Bear is not moving at a stealth distance, so it's moving away from us much quicker.
Absolutely. All right. So, are y'all going to continue to stealth after those initial 30?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
So as y'all kind of reconvene after those initial 30 minutes to decide that you will continue to stealth, I'd like one more round of stealth checks from everybody. And these are every single one of them at disadvantage.
Double 11.
6.
So it'll be 13 for me.
So,
out of the good graces of the 20+ squad.
13, did I say a 6 from Bart? 18?
Yep.
That's still not bad.
Oh, +8 stealth, pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Gloob?
19 he did.
19. Holding it down, baby. Alright, let's see, Ella. That's much better than she had last time, a 19 and a 10. So coming out to a 14 for Ella this time. Shaking off a little bit of that almost dying funk she had there for a little bit. Okay. And Julian, are you still going to be trying to obscure your tracks as you guys move?
And ideally.
Sure. Go ahead and roll another survival check for me. Straight roll.
That'll be a 17.
Okay. Not quite as good as your attempt last time, but maybe not as pertinent considering that you guys are presumably farther away. So, and you guys said you're going to try to travel stealthily until y'all hit the lighter part of the forest, the less dense part of the forest. All right. Okay. Probably about another a grand total of 2 hours or so after you guys have set off. Y'all hear much farther in the, like, pretty far in the distance. Let me double check some passives, actually. Some of you probably actually don't hear this. Bart.
I would hope so.
Yeah. In the distance, you do hear what sounds like a distant howl. Sounds quite a bit farther away to you, and it may be in the direction that the shadow bear went initially, or it may not. You're not quite sure, but you know it is significantly farther behind you than the pursuit that y'all had been suffering through previously.
Oh, y'all hear that hail just now? That was, I don't know, that was dang far away. It had to take the bait on that one, so probably bought ourselves a little bit of time, but I don't want to waste it, so let's keep moving.
Rolling.
Okay. So, are y'all continuing to move at a stealth pace?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to have y'all re-roll. At a stealth pace, I believe y'all had already kind of gotten into the early afternoon last session before that confrontation. So, coming into the mid and later section of the afternoon, so after another couple of hours of being careful and doing your best to obscure your trail, y'all do breach. You can see a little like couple hundred feet ahead of you, where it some actual light starts to break through the canopy as the trees start to stand a little bit farther apart, and it's still a very dark and dense wood, but having spent the last couple of days that y'all had here or within that part of the wood, it is a welcoming and almost friendly sight as you guys move on into there.
We kept the river on our left, right?
Yeah, I'll say easily enough with like maybe like zigging a little closer to it every now and then. Y'all have kept it more or less in there. You maybe had to correct a little bit, but going in a straight line with Julian's survival ability has been not too difficult.
Awesome.
All right. We need to find Gloob some water and probably at least take a small rest if we can manage it at some point. Can't keep this pace forever.
I most certainly cannot.
Why don't you do the thing and we just call it a night? Get
All right.
start first thing in the morning, real early.
That sounds like a good idea.
Well, maybe if we're out in the more clear wood, we'll be able to see them a little bit better, and they won't have so much of an upper hand on us. Yeah, I can do that. Just let me
Let's hope so.
use the restroom real quick.
Remember, downstream, and I'll walk with Bart over to the river.
Okay, so y'all make your way over to the river to kind of do a little bit of cleanup. Are y'all going to be taking any attempts to hide your campsite this evening, or?
Yeah, that'll be Julian's task, I guess.
Sure.
I will assist
Being
him.
useful.
All right. So, making a straight roll because you had disadvantage on ability checks.
22.
22. easily enough. So,
Wait, was that a survival or stealth?
to hide it, it would be a stealth check.
24.
Because you're not picking a spot. Y'all were just kind of going and you're just kind of gussying it up a little bit.
24, not 22.
So making it a little harder to see. So that's kind of on hold until Bart's there, because Bart has to be there for the dome to be there in the first place.
I'll get back and set it up.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
While Julian waits, he'll go ahead and be like getting branches and vines or whatever.
gotcha. So as y'all spend the next hour and some change, Gloob, soaking up the water that you need to in order to stay nice and moist, and the rest of you kind of setting up camp. Is there anything else that y'all are doing this evening?
Yes, there is.
Sure.
Well, they're getting leaves and stuff all piled on top of the trying to find the lady's name. What was the leader of the guard?
Shadow
For
Break.
Burrow?
Shadow.
Yeah, Kiara Shadowbreaker.
Kiara Shadow. I am going to send her a message.
Hope somebody's ready to count.
Oh shit, who's counting for me?
All right. Go ahead.
Ms. Shadowbreaker.
That's 2 words, dog. I don't know. Fucking hell. I don't care. Go on.
Apologies for the hour. Leonie's dead, and we're on our way. At the edge of the thick wood, making our way down the river.
Okay.
I hope you get, or is that
That's
25?
it. That's 25.
That's it.
All right. So takes just a bit of a pause. So you've never really done this before, Bart. So
Yeah.
just kind of shooting your shot, sending the text message.
Shoot my shot,
Sending the text message and praying. Takes almost a full minute before you get a response. Let me see. Mr. Fairfurrow, I assume. I'm glad to hear of you and your friend's success. We had assumed you dead. Good luck on your exit. And that's it.
Right.
We assumed you dead. That's reasonable.
Y'all been gone for
Fair.
like a while.
Fair.
Y'all been
Yeah,
in
we
there
did
for
say 3 days.
y'all been in there for almost a week. I think this
I
will
would-
be a work day week. I think this will make 5 days.
I would like to use my what is it called, the blacksmith's tools to fix anybody's armor that looks like they're having a lot of damage, including my own.
I will substitute his shortcomings with some mending in between. I know everybody's got a little bit of
Yeah.
a little bit of wolf teeth in everything that they own right now.
I will say for Gloob and Ella's armor at least, there's gonna be more of a leatherworking kind of repair job. But with a little bit of mending here and there, not quite as many holes. A little bit of mending, and then for those of you with more metal involved in your armor job, Yakov's able to take the plates out and kind of hammer like some of the holes look more closed, doing his best to keep it as quiet as possible. So y'all look
Over here.
a bit less fucked. Like
Everyone in camp's half naked, trading clothes around. Like, here, get my breastplate straight. Now I'll get your shirt. All right.
Yakov, roll a check for me, just because. Which is
I was
it'll be
about to
strength.
say-
It's strength plus proficiency.
Oh god damn it!
Is that a natural
Natural.
one?
It's natural one.
Oh,
Hell
no,
yeah,
what
means
are
I
you
get to
doing
roll a
my
D-
armor?
Wait. Oh, you already did your D4 earlier today, didn't you?
Yeah, I believe so.
So,
Yep.
Never mind. I don't get to roll on the table. Damn it.
Well, that answers the question I was gonna ask, which was, do I get my 1 AC back?
No. With a natural one, Yakov is having a very hard time. Like, rather than closing the holes, he moves them around a little bit. They don't really change in size. They just slightly change in shape. But all right.
Well, it's my first time doing this. I think it's all right.
Could be worse. All right. Is that gonna be it for you guys this evening?
We did a good job, yeah. You're gonna get better. Yep.
Thanks. I am going to drink the last sip of wine,
Sure.
and that is it.
All right.
Lube is probably going to spend a little bit more time in the river than the bare minimum needed, and just probably hang out for a couple of hours. Now, without, hopefully with nothing else chasing me, sort of thinking about where we're going to now. Probably not a very restful short rest.
Are you taking a short rest or a long rest?
A short rest for now. I'm not going to sleep yet, but just
Right.
sort of hanging out there in
Gotcha.
the river.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else before you guys bed down for the evening? Somewhere where you can actually see the difference of evening.
I'm gonna roll the dice and I'm gonna cast Goodberry at second level.
Okay.
Why you do this?
Because I don't get any first level spells.
All right.
I
So,
really hope we don't get interrupted in the middle of the night.
all right, man. Y'all ready for Granny Nightshade to just come dispel your tiny hut herself?
Y'all
Large and
are
in charge.
occupied for 10 rounds. I need to put another one of these bitches up.
Okay. So, quick question: what, if any, is y'all's watch order for the night?
I will take the customary last watch.
Okay.
I'll take first.
First watch for Glib. Second.
Third.
All right.
Let Ella rest.
As y'all.
She's had a rough day.
Ella is just like, not quite sure if she's dead. She basically like pulls out some rations and gnawed on them half-heartedly for like 15 minutes after everything was in there and y'all were in the thing. Drank a little bit from her canteen and then just like curled into a ball and went to sleep.
Fair.
Hey, Ellis had a rough day. Julian's
She-
sitting on 7 hit points right now.
Ella has 14. She was at like 13. She was at like 18, down to 8, down to 0, back to 14. It's been a wild ride for y'all's NPC. All right, Gloob, if you could go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Disadvantage because I'm still exhausted.
Y'all are still exhausted.
It's a 12 and a 16 though. 12
bad.
plus 4 for a total of 16.
16. All right. Your watch goes without incident. Julian.
A less impressive 14.
Similar. Even with your dark vision, it's a little hard to see tonight. You think maybe you're just tired. But aside from normal goings on, your watch passes without incident.
All the blood caked in my eyes, can't see shit.
Jakob.
Do I still get disadvantage?
Correct. You can't see in the dark.
Damn, that was a 12 and a 19, so that's going to be 16.
16. Still not bad. It's dark, but you're kind of relying a little more on your ears, and I think maybe you hear some bigger crunching, but nothing that seems to come close, or at least doesn't seem to come close for very long throughout the night. The rest of your watch passes without nothing to comment on. Since that lack of vocabulary. Bring us
Do
to
we
Bart.
need to? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. What's up?
Do we need to roll d20s?
You will.
Or-
I do that at the end of the night.
Okay.
Bart, go ahead and roll your perception check for me.
Is it still at disadvantage?
Yep,
Or
so it'd
are
be
we
a
hitting them
so
tighter?
you'd be getting a straight roll
Right. Because it's night.
because it is dark because it's night. Less because y'all are in the shit-tastic part of the forest.
16 plus 8, 24.
24. Very nice. You do seem to spot some things moving around in the night, but nothing that you hear is invisible. You're able to see all the things that make noises on your watch. So
Good.
that puts you at ease. And you're as per custom, you're making some good berry toast.
Oh yeah.
So as Bart, as you're making your good berry toast tonight, just you kind of sitting there, maybe humming a tune to yourself or whatever, just kind of keeping an eye out. You're swathing it up, kind of like with PB&J, and just for a few brief moments, it almost kind of a warm feeling kind of coming across your shoulders and down your hands, almost like you have a second pair of hands helping you spread your good berry jam. And it's nostalgic feeling, like almost feels like back when you were small and your mother would help you make your sandwiches because you wanted to make them on your own. But it's a comforting feeling. But after a few moments it goes away and you're there yourself making your sandwiches.
All right.
All right. So, before we get to our D20 rolls for the evening, Gloob,
Oh shit.
as you sleep, pass into your slumber after your first watch. He's not restful sleep. Doesn't seem like, doesn't start out that way anyway. So you find yourself doing your best, but you don't to sneak through a dark, very dark wood. But you just feel like you have eyes on you. You're walking along, crouched, moving from shadow to shadow, but everything is shadow. It's hard to see. You don't have your goggles. You don't have your sword. You don't have your crossbow. It's almost nothing. You have no weapons, nothing to defend yourself with. As you creep through the woods, hunted. Every shadow, you feel like it holds something. And it's something bad, something evil, something predatory. Your heart rate, you just can't seem to keep it down. You just hear thump, 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 thump. Like you feel like it's about to beat out of your chest. And then, as you walk along, a large figure comes up, just seemingly emerging from the shadows of one of the trees. Hulking, massive. But you can't see any details. It's just broad shoulders drooping down. You can see, like, perhaps some claws. Long, sharp, dark claws sticking their way out of the darkness. Stooped. Just towering above you. He begins to speak to you. You seek to set yourself against me. A little taste you have already received of what that means. Come, little frog. I will play with you for a while. Before the shadowy figure just seems to collapse on top of you, almost like a shadowy avalanche. And I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Shit. Ooh, that's a +1. It bounced off of the natural 20. That is 8. That is a 3.
Oh, no. You lost the O.
Yeah. It seriously hit the edge of the fucking dice tray and bounced back.
So, Gloob, the rest of your night is filled with nightmares of running, sprinting, screaming, panic as you flee through this very same wood. There's no more talking. You're not sure what you're running from, but you just know you're running. Something constantly nipping at your heels, every now and then seeming to catch. You're running through brambles that just rip tearing through your skin as it's just panic throughout the entire rest of your night. And as you all wake up this next morning, Gloob, you do not benefit from a long rest. And you take 7 points of psychic damage.
Cool.
Shit.
I rolled a 3 on the nightmare check, by the way.
Alright.
19.
19-3. You don't have to make one, Gloob.
15.
15. Okay. So, and as y'all wake, some more rested than others, that is where we are going to take our break. Thank you all so much for joining us so far. I hope y'all have had a good time. I know I have. But we'll be back here in just about 15 minutes or so. Just quick bio before we come back and play through the second half of this session. So we'll talk to y'all here in just a little bit. Bye! And hello! Hi. We return with another half of this here session. I don't know what I have done. I have such a hard time centering myself with this new desk. It is a struggle. But, good
Gotta
evening.
get your key in the right place.
Key, like with a Y, or you mean like an I?
Because you're having trouble centering yourself. That's what I'm here.
Take 12 more points of psychic damage.
This is why you got
Anywho,
a long rest, Gloob.
kinda. If you think about it, kinda. Anywho, good evening, everybody, as we return with our second half of this here Ghost of Saltmarsh session. Fun and exciting stuff. Brief rundown of what our party has been up to so far. They wrapped up a combat with some big old shadow doggies, which were actually a lot more. They persisted a lot more. They were a lot more persistent than I expected them to be in that combat, causing some problems. Ella went down, having a little bit of trouble. Bart went down, having a little bit of trouble, but Ella, having been brought up by Bart, gave him some of the last little bit of medical supplies that she had to bring him back up. After having been spread out, the group did cluster up, and the remaining Shadowhounds retreated after them being not so spread apart and easy prey. With their master and a couple of their companions having already fallen, they retreated. The party then beat a hasty retreat, also mingled in with some sneaking to make their way out of the denser part of the Dreadwood, having gathered from some distant howls that they had, large and in part, at least for the moment, lost those that were tracking them. They found a spot to throw up Lehman's tiny hut. And Christopher, if you could grab that, please. Appreciate it. To get Lehman's tiny hut up, disguised a little bit with some underbrush and things. Some people had a little bit of a soak to ease their woes, and they had a night's rest. Not much seeming to go on. Bart got a little bit of a nudge, perhaps, and Gloob had a nightmare of more likely than not he could imagine the magically conjured sort, where he had a bit of a brief one-sided conversation with Granny Nightshade before she sicked nightmares upon him for the rest of his night, dealing some psychic damage to him as well as preventing him from gaining the benefits of a long rest. So, group of people who don't have a name. You come awake this morning, Gloob. Worse for wear for the night. Still, in some ways, feeling better, perhaps, than you did the day before, but still not feeling great. The rest of you having benefited from a long rest. What are y'all doing? Y'all woke up probably a minute, just enough time to get out of the dome before it collapses and branches and other brush just fall where y'all had been previously.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Do I get spooky dreams for my 3?
You do, Jakob. Everybody else does just fine. But Jakob, while not as extreme as the ones that I described, Gloob having your night was a little less restful than it otherwise would be, pursued by dark things through a dark forest.
All right.
We're just are we moving along quickly?
You all right there, Gloob? You're looking pretty rough.
I'm just trying to get out of here. We just need to move.
You did stay enough time in the water. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it was that. I'll be fine. I'll be alright. Let's do the thing. Which way are we going?
Concerned glance over at his froggy buddy, Julian will start picking a route.
All right.
Survival check or just based
Will
on
be.
yesterday?
Will be a survival check. This is a new day, and you have slept since then. Which you are not exhausted anymore.
Yeah. That is a natural 20.
Well, there you go. Julian swiftly, with the utmost ease, as you guys gather the last of your stuff up from camp, and you just kind of turn on your heel, and already feel like you're walking the right direction.
Gloob says, "Let's get the fuck out of here." Julian says, "Say no more."
Which y'all will notice as you guys start to move out of camp. Gloob is moving significantly slower than normal.
You all right, Gloob?
What? Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just kind of tired. I'm keeping up with you.
All right.
Gloob is not keeping up with you.
I mean,
Well, I was getting ready to say, like,
he
without-
can barely if y'all aren't double moving.
without saying anything, Julian will like kind of slow his leading the pack pace to match what seems a comfortable pace for Gloob.
Same.
I will try to deceptively dash every round.
Okay.
He would be trying to dash past me.
No. I couldn't. I am trying to move at a normal pace with it not looking like I am like stressing myself to do so. Yeah.
May I insight that?
If
You
you
won't
guys,
need to.
if you guys
I
would
rolled
like,
a natural 20 and a natural 1. So
it is glaringly obvious to anybody who's paying attention that Gloob is struggling today.
In by way of explaining why he is moving a little bit slower, Julian will simply say,
We don't need to rush ahead. Could rush into another ambush. Better to take our time and be safe.
still just kind of side-eyeing Gloob the whole time.
you'll just hear a message in your head from the earpiece and just thanks.
Won't respond to the earpiece, just a bit of a nod if he happens to be looking.
I'll just kind of glances around. You guys just kind of caution seems like a good idea after the events of yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, me still giving me a lot of trouble with that damn, I don't know, Shadow Wolf or Ghost Wolf or whatever the hell they were. Just kept jumping. One spot, one after the other. And both fast. Anyway, yeah.
Jumping out that tree didn't help my knees at all either.
Heck about here wearing out the padding in his kneecaps. All right. So, out of curiosity, are y'all what kind of pace are y'all looking at moving? Are y'all slowing down at this juncture
I
as
got a
you
bad knee.
as
Got a bad knee.
okay?
It's rough.
So y'all are just slowing down. Are y'all necessarily stealthing or just kind of
No, it's
kinda
just
trucking along?
to
Yeah.
match Gloob.
Anybody who would so care?
I
Roll some
am
perception
going
checks.
to at some point take a second. I mean, I'm assuming whenever we're walking throughout the woods that we at some point use the restroom and drink and
Sure.
stuff like that.
I would think so. Yeah.
and
I would
at
hope
one of those,
so. Good
yeah,
Lord.
we
We
were
hold
walking
it.
for 6 hours. No peeing. No peeing allowed.
We do not stop. You're like that dad who's going across on a road trip. We're not stopping. Don't stop.
Okay. And at that time, I'd like to perform a medicine check on Gloob to make sure. I mean, he's in nasty water. You know, he might have got an infection. He could just be legitimately sick.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a medicine check for me.
It's not the day for my rolls. That's a total of 14.
14. I mean, it's not hard to tell. I mean, you don't think he's sick. And even as unfamiliar as you are with, like, froggy physiology, like, tired. Seems like.
All right. Okay.
Right?
That man a Red Bull.
I don't think Red Bull cures exhaustion. Quite frankly, like, speaking from personal experience, like, don't think it works that way.
I would be tired, but faster.
There you go.
I mean,
Yeah.
as advertised, you'd get a flying speed.
That'd be fun. I just
New
had
item.
an idea. Yeah.
New
Red Bull
item.
cloak.
I'm just saying, just take a lot of modern advertising really literally and make magic items.
So Ian's going to be hitting us with that potion of the Crimson Steer here shortly.
Ooh, oh, that's good.
Old Spice would just be a wish spell. Like, if you look
It's-
at those commercials.
There's not very much Old Spice in the world. It's very rare.
All right.
All right.
Right. Okay. You.
So, son of a bitch. Try plugging my heads. All right. So, you have ascertained that Gloob is tired as shit, which is, I mean, roughing it's never great, but you'd have thought he'd gotten a little more out of it than that.
Yeah. We.
You,
I mean,
I, you were last watch, right?
Yeah.
And you rolled at 20 something.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say with that, it definitely like Gloob was tossing and turning a lot. It was probably very clear that his night was very restless.
You had a lot. Looked like you were having a lot of nightmares last night.
I remember everything that happened, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
During the dream. Okay.
Mhm.
You're tossing quite a bit. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I pissed something off.
Maybe so. But don't worry, we'll get through.
Yeah. DM, if I
Yes, sir.
were to, I don't know, if I were to do enhance ability, granted that it doesn't say it does these things, for like bull strength that doubles my carrying capacity, would you say for an hour it might help us move at a quicker speed?
The issue with that you're having is not due to your strength.
Gotcha.
It's just
Okay.
you think it may help with some of the aspects of your tiredness, but there's too much, like it's affecting too many different aspects, and the enhanceability, it focuses on one thing, so it would negate specifically the troubles you would be having with lifting things, but
Gotcha. Okay.
all right.
So long as best I can.
All right.
Yeah.
Anybody who would care to make perception checks as y'all travel?
I would
Maybe
care
so.
to make perception checks.
Same.
Sure.
Is it at disadvantage?
It is
in
not.
the-
Y'all are no longer in the dark.
Dirty
Is
20.
a much brighter environment now.
So Julian is very focused on, selecting the perfect trail.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Out of curiosity, what was the check?
an 8.
Oh,
You're very
that's actually
focused.
a lot better than I thought it was.
It could
gonna
have been
be.
worse.
Yeah, I thought you were a natural one.
I am gonna need you to roll that d4 for me there, Mr.
Oh,
Ian.
I love to hear it.
It's time to see my daughter again.
I mean, you can see your daughter all the time.
I mean, that is true, but
She's just not an active inhibitor most of the time. So just quick question, everybody. What's y'all's marching order as y'all go?
I was planning on staying in the back next to Gloob a little bit in case
Sure.
he falters at any point.
All right. So y'all are at the back.
I think I would have been like either next to Ella or behind Julian.
Okay. So we more or less going Julian, Jakob, Ella, Bart, Gloob. Sound good?
I should probably say that I was trying to keep a parallel with Gloob as we were marching through. We're small. I mean, we probably can get by most stuff that two people or another single medium person could pass through.
Right. Jakob, as y'all are walking along, and you guys are starting to kind of keep an eye out around you, you just, for whatever reason, you just see like what would be like out of the corner of your eye, the ghostly the ghostly form of your daughter just kind of flit past behind you, and as you turn to look over your shoulder, you are deathly afraid of Ella for 6 seconds.
She's behind me?
Correct.
Well, I will be dashing as I see those spiders from the boat start pouring out of Ella's mouth.
That is awful. You're an
Oh,
awful,
rough
awful
bit.
person.
Yeah, I am dashing in a straight line away from her, past Julian.
Okay. So you just book it for the next 6 seconds. Just Jakob just goes tearing ass past you, Julian, just crashing through the underbrush.
Yeah, Julian's gonna make the wrong assumption about what's going on and just, I hate this fucking forest. And just wait for a moment.
All right. So after a few moments, Jakob, with Ella looking incredibly confused and kind of like, as she you turn and look like at her and just fucking booked it, she just like draws her sword and like whirls around, assuming you saw something behind her. But there's nothing there, and the fear subsides.
Just like heaving. Sorry. I thought you had something on your face there, Ella. A lot of somethings.
Just kind of touches her
Yeah,
face
good.
in a few places, like,
I know sometimes halfling society might be a little bit different than human society, but that's damn rude. Apologize.
I am sorry,
that's
Miss Fella.
quite all right. Just looks vaguely concerned, like, maybe we should definitely try to be out of this wood by the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree.
I kind of asked Julian a little bit under my breath. I thought you had something to drink last night. You feeling all right?
Oh, do you mean you said Julian? Did you mean me?
Oh, yeah, I meant Jakob. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You know those spiders from the boat?
Yeah.
I thought I saw them crawling out of Ella's mouth.
All right. Well, that's a lot to unpack. First off, if you see something weird like that, you should say what's going on, and not that I thought something was wrong with your face to a lady. All right. That's the wrong way to do it. Lady like Ella, I mean, in the tavern you might get a slap. Like if Ella was a little bit less level-headed, I might have been having to heal you right now. So.
All right.
Second,
I'd said that to my wife.
you're right. Okay. Well, I mean, do you think it was alcohol or what's going on here?
No. I'm just feeling kind of out of it, I think.
That's roll an insight check on him. I mean, that's the
That's-
worst
that's-
excuse.
That's up to y'all. That's between players.
I mean,
It's a
I guess that-
16 plus 8 if you're okay with that.
Where's that
yeah, I
natural
don't think
20,
I could
Jakob?
beat that with a.
Where's the natural 20, Jakob?
It's a 5.
Hmm. You've
I
heard
mean,
better lies from children.
come on, son. I'm trying to help you. I mean, we've been through a lot together. Don't give me any fibs.
How close is Ella?
I mean, if y'all have kind of come to a stop, she's still kind of like, even after what you said, just kind of pauses, kind of, still kind of has her
I
sword drawn and is looking around just in case. Maybe he actually saw something.
I'd maybe take him 10 feet off to the side before initiating the conversation at the very
Sure.
least.
Ella's too
So-
polite to try to eavesdrop.
Speak in hushed tones. Probably Yakov having to lean down a little bit.
I think it was the ring. You know, sometimes when I mess up, seems that doesn't always have the most positive effect.
Right. And well, I mean, is there any harm in taking it off while we're walking? Just putting it on at night, or when we're taking a rest? You know,
I mean, it does have benefits. Daughter
I
does
don't,
help. She helps me, and
I don't know. Okay, all right.
seems like she's able to distract people that are trying to hurt me sometimes.
I mean, has that happened often? I can't see it, so I don't know when it's working or when it ain't.
It's happened a good amount.
Okay.
She's kept me from getting hurt several times.
All right. Well, if you feel like something like this is happening, maybe you got like a special word or something you can use to let me know or something to where we can understand what's happening. Maybe I don't know.
Uh, 1 second. I would know this as Jakob, but I do not know off the top of my head.
Sure.
Fuck. I think it's an aquamarine necklace. Uh, if I say aquamarine,
Aquamarine. Okay.
yeah, it's the gem in my daughter's necklace, and I uh have it on and pull it out and show you.
Oh, that's real pretty. Did you get it for her? Or she get
I
it for
did.
you?
No, I got it for her. It was hers.
Nice. Anyway, yeah, just let me know. I'll try to step in and help you, I guess. I mean, the best I can. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I mean, you let just be careful of that kind of thing. I don't know how powerful that magic is, and I don't. I mean, I can do some magic, but I'm a man of faith. I don't know nothing about doing wizard stuff or sorceries or nothing like that. So, you know, be careful with it. Dangerous.
Doesn't seem like it's done any harm yet, and I mean, I'm able to see my daughter. That's
Yeah, I
about
understand.
one of the most
would
important things to me.
yeah, I wouldn't want to take it from you for anything. Yeah, I get that, but you know, we're not accountants. This can be dangerous.
I have said before, I don't know if it was to you or I think it was to Gloob, but if I do believe that ultimately the ring is causing more harm than good, I will talk to y'all about it.
All right, you're an honest man, Jacob. I trust you.
Appreciate that.
Not telling
I
me
believe the same about you.
it's nothing. Come on now. Anyway, we got really fucking terrible woods. We gotta get out of here.
I agree.
All right. So, as you'll travel along with Julian's natural 20.
I told you need to hydrate more, Yakim. You're gonna go crazy out in these woods. I mean, just because you don't have any alcohol don't mean you still don't need to drink water too. All right? Let's
I
just
mean, you're telling me beer isn't a good hydrator.
oh hell, I mean, probably is pretty damn good. We don't got any beer though, so you need to make sure you drink your water. Is all I'm saying.
That's true.
Okay,
Yep.
gracious.
Anyway,
All right.
then
So-
I'll head back over to Gloob and give him a pat on the back and make sure he doesn't fall over if we trip.
Okay. So,
What was all that about?
Did you talk to Yakov about his ring? Because that's what it was about.
Yeah, I did.
And, yeah, it might be, I don't know. We'll have a talk about it once we get back to civilization. How about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whew. Oh, there's some frayed edges on that bag of holding. Let me see it real quick and bend some of those out while we're walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just trying to lighten your load by 15 pounds.
Hand it right over.
All right.
Gloob doesn't even look at you to see if you're lying anymore. Gloob's like in between steps, like closing his eyes to try and get some shut eye while he's walking.
oh no. Where are my percentiles?
Pulling him along.
Eh.
I've got like one of those little weird baby harnesses. He's just, whoop, whoop.
Are you telling me you have him on a leash?
No, a harness is not a leash.
A baby leash? The toddler leash?
No, a harness. There's no rope
Sure.
attached to it.
Sure. Anywho, as you guys continue to travel along, even at a slowed pace, Julian's most excellent pathfinding today seems to even it out, and a little bit of a hang up perception checks from the rest of you, and Julian's, because I'm gonna give the freebie for the natural 20 of being able to skirt you around some of the less supernatural predators and some like droppings and things that he found along the way that kind of help you avoid coming across the paths of some of the more, at this point, after what the absolute fuckery that y'all have been through in the deeper edge of the wood is relatively whatever wildlife that resides out here in the less dangerous parts of the wood.
Fucking dire wolves pop out, and we're just like, not now, please.
Except there are 20 of them this time.
Fuck.
But so somewhere due to Julian's good rolls and Glib's exhaustedness, y'all settle somewhere in the middle of his projections, coming upon the edge of the wood early afternoon, probably about 3:30 maybe, as y'all exit the wood and just have an unobstructed sky over your head.
Well, that feels damn nice.
Well, we meeting them or walking all the way back?
Oh,
Kind of past our 3-day rendezvous.
Yeah, I imagine maybe we'll come across some of them on the way, but I don't think we're getting any mounts taken to us by any stretch of the imagination.
Somebody call high-low for me.
Always high.
Hell yeah.
Says Bart to Sorololi. Always high.
Call high-low for me, Bart. Bartholomew.
Oh, it's Ella. Ella's the Sorololi.
Not quite the same voice, thank you.
What if God was one of us?
I'm now just imagining Ella as Alanis Morissette. Shit.
Turns out she has a really good deception check, so when you thought she was unconscious and dying, it was actually just playing possum. Any.
Oh no, I've fallen over.
Forsooth, I am injured. But, so, y'all are just continuing to trek on.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, when it says that, just be like,
Well, let's keep going then.
and just abject resignation. Probably using his bow as a fucking walking stick at this point.
That's fair. So, having it taken you guys about a little over y'all stopped for one night on y'all's way in while riding mounts. So, roughly double the time. Despite the fact that about noon the next day, a patrol comes riding along. Actually, one more high-low for me. I'm assuming always high. So that is the fucking general accepted.
Always high.
Okay. Coming in, a patrol passes y'all. They just and y'all just hearing some galloping. And as they get closer, oh there!
Hey, over yourself. How you
As
doing?
they kind of come
Oh,
up
thank fuck.
a mixture of like three more lightly armored ranger-in looking fellows and a couple of like heavily armored like lancers. Y'all look like shit. Just looks
I don't
over.
know, I think we look pretty good for some Oni slayers.
Have you ever seen an Oni before?
Ever seen one of their mangled 3-day-old skulls? Don't smell too pretty. Don't look too pretty either.
Y'all do smell a little ripe.
And we'd like to fix that.
Y'all just wandering in the Dreadwood?
Oh yeah, you know, just a regular Sunday stroll.
Mm-hmm.
We were sent by your people to kill the Oni. We're on our way back.
The RR Shadowbreaker sent us.
Yeah.
Give us a ride back.
You notice they have no extra horses. We were
Are they all doubled up?
no.
Okay. We can ride on the back.
We were told that y'all went out. Presumed dead after you missed your window to come back. Listen, we got to keep a schedule. But we'll send some people out with extra mounts for you. Shouldn't take too long. Before the end of the day, I imagine.
I'm gonna just kind of look at him blankly. Are you gonna send smoke signals that direction? How the hell are you gonna tell them to bring us some mounts?
Well, when we get there, I'll
they're
ask them.
coming.
They're on their way back. They're
Oh,
on.
okay.
They came
I
up
thought
from
they were heading
behind
to-
y'all. Yeah, no.
gotcha.
They're on their way
I think
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all misunderstood. I thought they
Yeah.
were coming from the
No.
front.
They were on. When I said on their way in, I meant on their way into Burl. Not, I guess. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was asking them if we could ride on the back of their horses.
Yeah. But, and when you kind of ask that, one of them just kind of like looks over at Jakob. Got a schedule to keep. But we'll get in and send some folks with some extra horses for you.
Mhm.
Congratulations
alright.
on whatever it was.
A very like deadpan look at those people, like,
Well, we'll be here then.
and he will.
I would
take
hope
a seat.
so. Dude leads off the rest of his patrol. If y'all are just sitting there, the next few years, y'all had already traveled a little bit last night and for about half of today, so probably after a couple hours, we'll say, just for the sake of brevity, another patrol that was on its way out. Actually, not even a whole patrol, just a couple dudes who were off duty come out, bringing a string of horses for the lot of
I
you.
sent the message to.
Yeah. You gave her
Shadowbreaker,
no
hey.
indication of when you were going to get out of the edge of the wood. There's no time frame attached to that.
Oh, I thought I said that we were on the edge of the
Mhm.
the thicker wood and we're heading up the river.
Correct.
These are the worst.
She said that ain't specific enough. Fuck you.
It's not exactly a timetable.
Sure. Okay. Fair enough.
After
as you
after
should
those
know,
dudes,
it can take different amounts of time.
after those dudes like rode off, Julian's sitting on the ground. Just gonna lean back, throw his arm over his face, be like,
If anything comes up to try and kill us, tell it to come back later.
So, before the afternoon has well and truly begun, a couple fellas bringing a string of mounts for y'all come out, and y'all, in short order, as it is growing to dusk, return to Burl.
How long does that take?
Like I said, about from noon till about dusk. So,
Okay.
it's evening is coming by the time you guys get back.
How many long rests has that been? Is it just
One.
one?
Yeah, you've had one long rest. Actually, y'all haven't had yeah, you had one long rest on the outside of the wood, and then as you
And
exited, and then it's been one. So yeah, tonight will be a second.
Okay.
Assuming
So
y'all
what-
get one.
We'll have our second when we get back into town. Is what you're
Correct.
saying.
Yeah, this night will be a second long rest, and we'll get rid of your second level of exhaustion. Which, I'll say, none of y'all have had troubled dreams since you exited. Not any more so than normal. No dice have been rolled. It's been nice.
All right.
So, coming in to Burl as evening is settling in on the fort. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go talk to Bart. Actually, I'm going to talk to the party.
Sure.
I don't want to hide this from y'all because I trust you all. And if Ella's here, I'll stalk Ella.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, Ella's presumably there. She's just kind of like, oh. Very well.
Just so y'all know, I have gone a while without drinking, and I'm starting to feel the effects of that again. I hope that I won't be as big of a burden as I was in the Dreadwood.
You're on the right path.
Right.
Might be bumpy, but we'll get there. Okay?
We
I
got your
appreciate
back,
that.
Yakum. I mean, whatever you need, man.
Appreciate that part.
Well, Miss Ella, I think I owe you a nice fine symbol of sorority. Maybe they got some smiths that are willing to do us a favor somewhere uptown.
She looks at kind of like the missing spot on her shoulder, like, it would feel better to have all of them where they're supposed to be. I think a dog ate one as well, probably. I'm missing that section of my armor. Mend that as I can, I guess.
You said you needed a smith?
Well, I guess it is.
Well,
It depends.
I mean,
I
not
could-
really like a blacksmith. I mean, kind of more like, probably closer to like a jeweler. I just kind of give Ella a look like,
She looks at her armor. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a finely crafted symbol.
all
And
right, yeah.
Serviceable will do just fine.
Bart legitimately actually going, don't get him to do it. It's just like he's gonna make you a Play-Doh monster, and you're just gonna have to wear it like a proud parent.
It has not occurred to her that he would try to make it with a 7.
Shit.
Just kind of like, what? I'm not sure what you mean. Nothing too fine. That takes quite a beating, so
Yeah, sure. All right, something more sturdy.
sure. So
Yeah, I bet you could. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we could get some materials, and you could get it hammered out.
Julian's eyes just kind of slide over to look at Jakob, slide back to her, doesn't say anything.
Just get my hat down a little bit and looking at the dings that are just slightly less crumpled dings in my armor.
Yep. Y'all have gotten like a few like kind of sideways glances like from various and sundry soldiers who are kind of going about their business like.
We look like hammered shit, y'all.
Exactly. They're like, wow.
There's only so much prestidigitation a mending can do. All right.
Okay.
That also reminds me, Bart. I can give your armor another shot if you want.
Yeah,
Try
sure.
to fix it up a little bit for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't do the greatest job before.
I mean, it's a cramped hut. I mean, we'll have much more open air, open space, better lighting than just campfire light. You know, yeah, we're gonna be fine.
I'll
Plus,
definitely need,
Oh, go ahead.
I'll definitely need your input for the symbol sorority, and of course, I don't want to do something sacrilegious, mess up the symbol for you.
Oh yeah, we can work on it.
well, I for one will stimulate the local economy. I'm gonna head over to the blacksmith.
As y'all are standing there having this conversation.
Oh, actually, I totally forgot that I have a pin that held my scarf in the place that was actually a symbol of sorority that I could give to Ella, make it even more personal.
Sure.
Since I'm not gonna fucking use that scarf again. It just had an Oni head in it for 4 fucking days.
Oh God, what happened
It's
to the other?
bad.
Do we still have it?
Yeah,
I
still
would
have
hope so.
it. I dropped it.
I'm pretty sure all of us are very fucking aware he still has that Oni head. Holy Christ, are we aware he has that one?
It is.
We
it's
got hungry
pretty
on
gross.
the way over.
Oh, no, sir.
I wanted to show it to the scouts, but they didn't seem interested.
They were just kind of like, okay. Went about their business. Very serious, guys.
We should dump that off on someone else sooner rather than later.
Might want to give it to Miss
Yeah, let's find-
Shadowbreaker ourselves.
Yeah, let's find a
That
good
falls
captain.
into the someone else category.
Proof of payment, and let's catch a good night's rest and get the hell on out of here.
Speaking of Shadowbreaker, as y'all have been just kind of hanging out at the entrance of her fort for like 5 minutes, just kind of shooting the shit and being very off.
We've been walking for 2 days in dead silence, and then decide to have conversations right when we get into the door.
So y'all are just like just past the like gate. Y'all got just far enough in that they were able to shut it again. They're just sitting there talking, and you'll see the woman herself come striding up from you guys
All right.
in the direction of what you assume is her office. I see that all of you have returned.
Yep.
Brought a
In
friend.
more or less one piece.
Right.
Just kind of raise
I'm gonna
eyebrow.
take the head out of the scarf and just kind of hold it up like this with the, whatever falling off.
Yeah, you know, when you hold it up like that, it's a little high for you, but it's nose high to me. So put that thing away.
Julian like pulls his shirt up over his
She just looks at it for a moment and that does seem to match the general description.
Yeah, we also got this big shit glaive.
like rotate his backpack around to show the
She
glaive
brought-
blade strapped
Oh,
to
okay.
the-
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't take the whole thing. That also seems to match the general description. Just for my own peace of mind, if you would, just kind of holds out one hand in the direction of the head.
Gibbs
Yeah,
head.
Yeah, we don't want it.
She just
By all means,
just
please take it.
gauntleted and gloved hand and just kind of grabs it by the hair.
You can keep that scarf free of charge.
I will put it to very good use.
She says
Please
before
don't.
throwing it in the fire.
Please do not. Please put that in. Yeah, please. What Julian said. Put that thing in a fire.
Or I will do that.
Much appreciated.
We'll see. Just very clearly like, are you fucking stupid? Like, no, I'm not gonna use this scarf. I will take
Yeah, I mean,
this.
he's joking.
Yeah, I will take this to the druids. just to get some more expert eyes on it. However,
Yeah, sure.
I congratulate you all on a successful and just kind of looking over all of you, clearly wearying hunt. So, I believe that we will be able to rouse some of our troops and send them down that way.
All
How
right.
many?
Kind of
3.
thanks. Because if I recall correctly, I told you guys previously that there were somewhere around 200, between 200 and 300 troops within Burl, at least of Keolin's soldiers anyway, not including the druids necessarily. I will see as many as I can spare, but I doubt that I can afford to spare more than 100, and even that will be pushing it. I will see what I can do, what I can schedules I can work around. For at least a short while, perhaps some people will work a little harder around here while we send support down to Saltmarsh.
Whatever you can send is much appreciated.
I imagine Firebrand will be able to make good use of them. I would hope, anyway. They are more specialized than cannon fodder. Nods at you guys and turns and starts walking towards the grove, the walled off grove in the center.
Well,
A glance over
Hey.
at Gloob. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
real quick, is it all right if we use some of your facilities around here? I kind of dinged up pretty bad. Need to get some of this straightened out before we get back on the road. Leave first thing in the morning, I'm sure.
That is between you and the blacksmith. And
All right.
keeps on
Sounds
walking.
like a yes to me.
Julian kind of glances over at Gloob and back to Bart. Like,
Kind of tired. We should probably secure beds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all get to bed. I have a different plan in mind.
Back to the Dreadwood.
Oh shit.
Not to the Dreadwood, but Gloob is gonna start walking off in the direction of the grove.
Before you go, I am going to say, with all due respect, Gloob,
Yeah.
last time you vanished while we were on bed, you ended up killing a man. Everything all right?
Come with me if you want to.
I trust you, just as long as everything's all right.
Any slavers around? We'll be fine.
Not that I know.
Julian
All
just
right.
like, oh, go ahead.
All right, just all right.
Julian just kind of like deadpan look at Bart and be like,
What do you know? Sudden burst of energy. I gotta go shopping.
walk off towards the blacksmith.
Sure. All right.
Yep.
Bart, are you gonna continue to? What are you doing?
Where's Ella going?
Ella just looks tired and is like, I like the idea of finding somewhere to bed down for the night. So
You can get us a place with 5. I'll make sure Julian don't get in too much trouble.
I
I'm
will
also gonna
do my
join.
best. You're gonna join Julian as well.
Oh well, then if you can keep Julian straight, I'll go with Glue.
All right.
All right.
Now, there's no telling what type of trouble we can accidentally.
My Skype crashed. Uh-oh, everybody. Give me one moment while I get that going again. And we can rejoin our party and actually see what they are saying to each other. Because this is fun.
Yara.
Hi!
What?
My Skype crashed.
Oh no.
It is I, God.
Uh-oh.
I heard that you were going with Gloob, and that was it.
Oh, I was saying I was go with Glue, make sure nothing happens. A pretty dangerous place. Can't always trust them druids.
Oh, you know they're shifty looking.
The only one I knew just kind of disappeared out of nowhere.
Oh, long time ago.
Long time ago.
Tall fella,
About
big beard.
About a week ago.
About a week ago. Oh wow, timelines be crazy.
Turtle person.
Oh, they did. They fucked off with the swiftness. Anywho,
Oh shoot, I have no video apparently.
you kidding me? No, you don't.
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
I'm a disembodied voice.
I'm
the
upset.
herald of Sorolily here.
I'm
Art,
upset.
I can hear you right behind me, and I can see you as well.
I'm upset. We'll like see if it can copy. Nope. It
Should
won't.
I
Oh, there we go.
hop out and back in?
Hold on a
nope,
second.
that's just another Julian.
I made a second Julian. Fear
Oh,
me.
shit.
There are two. Let's see. There we go. I fixed it. I just swapped. I just swapped them back and forth. Okay, we're good.
Nice.
We're fine. You're not just the fucking Skype emblem anymore. Perfect.
No free advertising.
No free advertising in this fucking stream. God damn it. Me.
All right.
Me. Damn it.
Yeah, I was decided we should probably not split up, and I'm gonna head on off with Bart. I mean, fuck. I'm always gonna be heading off with Bart. I'm gonna head off with Glue in this case as well.
It's been a lot of walking.
A lot of.
Did y'all know that you all are affected by a permanent madness trait each from your trip in the Dreadwood? Yeah. No, not really. That'd be fun though.
Sure.
Certain number of times you fail that D20 roll. Table gets rolled. Permanent
wow.
madness trait. That's a good idea actually. I should have thought of that before y'all went in there. Missing out on opportunities. I'll wiggle it in somewhere else, don't worry. Anywho.
Sounds lovely.
Oh, I know. I'm fucking awesome. I'm a peach.
If I hear Bart walking up behind me and be like, I'll turn around and I'm just going to rest. Reminds me of a place that I liked. So
All right.
I'm just going to sleep. If you want to go off with them.
I'll sit with you for a bit.
Alright. So,
And I will just walk, or as long as no one stops me. I don't know if this how well guarded this place is.
I mean,
or
you
anything like that.
walk in and kind of similar to before, just one of the druids, as you are now aware, was one of the elven druids, just kind of pops in. What can I do for you?
I'm just looking for a place to sleep. If you got like a small pond or something nearby.
Just looks at you and just kind of looks for a moment, just kind of nods. I believe that is an accommodation that the Grove can do for you. And just follow me. Leads you off through kind of a winding path before coming to a small pool. I believe this will serve your needs quite nicely.
Thank you.
It's kind of makes his way back further into the grove.
We will pretty wordlessly just curl up, but he won't go all the way into the water since Bart's accompanied him this far. But he'll just kind of curl up on the bank of the pond right there and just lay down.
And it is like I said the last time you guys set foot in here. It's almost as soon as you went over the threshold and entered the grove proper. It's calming. It's just a soothing, just feeling. It's kind of like the opposite almost of the Dreadwood, where the Dreadwood just seemed to be permeated with unease and a little bit of dread. This is just brings peace to your mind, even with the turmoil it is currently in, just kind of dulling those edges. All right.
That's a mighty fine welcome. Feels good.
Mm-hmm.
And I will just kind of sit down next to Gloob and hang out silently, if so, for a little while, smoke a pipe, and just relax a little bit.
All right. So Glib, is there a particular time frame that you're planning on spending there?
The night.
Okay. Bart, do you plan on staying for the night?
Oh hell no! I'll stay there for about an hour.
Okay. So while y'all are doing that, we'll go back over to Julian and Jakob. Y'all are walking over to the blacksmith. Funnily enough, stereotypically enough, very squat, very broad dwarf presides over this this forge, which you very quickly surmises everything looks a bit lower to the ground as you enter a shop. It looks like, the door is fine because plenty of other fellows within the fort are taller, so they don't want to fuck with them. But all of his equipment, like the forge, the anvil, all the stuff's just a little bit lower down where it's convenient for his height. He's in there.
Dwarven blacksmith.
Oh
Really
yeah.
Fresh content here.
Hell yeah, brother. So stereotypes come from somewhere. Like
just
he's over there, like seems to be about pulling a piece of just cherry red metal out of the forge as y'all walk in. Just sweat drenching his brow like soot, like with the sweat tracks through it, wrapping up a long day. Oh, and what can I do for all of you, or the both of you anyway?
Evening, Master Dwarf.
Just sets the metal back in the forge so it doesn't lose its heat. Yes.
No, it's a bit late, but can I pay you extra?
A little bit.
For a rush repair job. Just got in from a rough few days in the forest and gotta head out in the morning.
Oh.
It will tap the dings and dents in his plate.
I know it's inconvenient for you, and I'm willing to pay for it.
Very unique circumstance, really. It is not a unique circumstance.
Yeah.
Just easily enough. Natural one would see that. Got a lot of work to work. Got a lot to work through. She's looking at you. Hasn't said no.
We'll start counting out coins.
How much you counting out?
10 GP.
Oh, as much as I like taking on freelance work, you understand I have to prioritize the fort and what we do here.
With a resigned nod, he will add another 5 to the pile.
Of course, I understand it would be a late night for you.
I'm gonna add 30.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. I see your friend is very adept in the art of persuasion. Well, what all is it that you're needing to have repaired?
Still looking at the pile of coins he had, he'll be like,
he's got a delicate touch.
Oh, I can tell.
we'll go ahead and remove his breastplate, I guess.
I will also be removing my plate.
Ah. The chain as well, I assume. There's pretty big holes in there.
If that's possible.
I will say just some friendly advice. In our experience, it's better just to avoid them if you can. Less damage that way. But who am I to judge?
Just a nod. Yep.
Well,
We're also looking for some resupply, if that's possible.
depends on what you're looking for.
Some whatever arrows you can spare, bolts, javelins, and a hand axe, if possible.
Well, I have all of those things. Singular hand axe. I believe I could spare. As long as the gold is coming back in to make sure that we can purchase materials to make more.
Of course.
Now, the numbers on the rest are a bit of a question mark. I have all of them, but it depends on how much you want.
40 arrows.
Very well.
And if you have 40 bolts, and 6 javelins, if you have those.
I believe I have that many of all of those. And excuse me, but small amounts when you're dealing with arming this many troops, so I believe that can be spared. We try to be frugal. And you guys can purchase those for cost easily enough. So if you'll just subtract those from whoever, split that up however you would like, cost-wise.
When purchasing the arrows, hold on just a sec. He has 24 of the goblin arrows left, and he will just hand those over.
Melt the heads down, or do whatever you want with these. It's goblin crap from the woods.
He doesn't even touch it. You put it on the table, and he goes, "Not worth using." These, like, a lot of those arrowheads are like rusted. Some of them aren't even metal. Some of them are like sharpened bone.
Yeah, that's why Julian was replacing them with this guy's arrows.
Yeah, and he just kind of like pushes them back across the table towards you for disposal. He's like, "Yeah, I don't want any of that."
Like a trash can or whatever, just kind of. There we go.
Just looks around, make sure nobody's looking. Just kind of casually litters.
Oh my
I don't know. What's Julian's strength? I don't know if he could do that.
It's 11.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Dwarf pushes the arrows towards Julian. Julian just pushes the arrows off onto the ground.
He's got shark teeth, not cat teeth.
Who left these here?
Yeah, like we'll dispose of the remaining 24 goblin arrows.
Sure, they are disposed of. Why not?
I give him the gold.
Yeah, he had the 45 that y'all had offered for some speed job repairs. He just scooted across to, like, can't get them back. I've already took them. Kind of. Well, leave whatever pieces you want to have repaired, and I'll see what I can do. Come by back in the morning, and they should be in good shape.
All right.
Great thanks to you, sir. Have an excellent evening.
I'll do my best.
And the contented pat on his quiver, no longer filled with crap. We'll head back.
Alright. So, for the rest of the evening, Bart, you heading back after a while. During the time y'all are there, just kind of vibing, relaxing, kind of spending time in woods that are calming instead of threatening. It's very peaceful. Very nice. You see some druids walking around here and there. None of them bother you. Some loose animals as well. Some of them seem to be companions of the druids themselves. Some not so much. A couple you see them out of corner of your eye. You're like, there was a guy here. It's appeared to be like an animal a moment later, or vice versa, a few times. But eventually, you take your leave. And Gloob, you are able to, unless there's anything else anybody would like to do for the night.
Not too long after Bart leaves, Gloob's gonna get up, actually.
Sure.
And I'm gonna start looking around in the grove itself for something specifically. I'm just gonna watch Bart walk away, and when he gets out of sight and earshot, I'm gonna walk around and look for something pretty specific. So I don't know if it'll be here, but if it was somewhere, it'd be here. Do you know what a fairy ring is? Of like
the
mushrooms?
Stones? Oh yeah, mushrooms and stones. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to specifically look for one of those. Just looking around.
Okay. Roll an investigation check for me.
Truly. If I can, I'll use Captain's talent to give me advantage on that.
Absolutely.
Oh god, it's still terrible. 10.
10.
Yeah.
You spend a while walking around. You can't seem to find anything. At one point, one of the druids comes up. You're wandering. Is there anything I can help you find?
Yeah. You ever seen mushrooms just grow in a circle?
I have.
Just a per. Do you have any of those here?
None of the fair folk who create such circles, generally speaking, reside within this grove. This is a
Okay.
bit more. It's become as much as this is a center for nature in these parts, as it is representative of the pact between ourselves and Keoland. Only those who uphold the pact reside here now.
You want to hear a story?
It's always nice to hear a story.
It's a little bit lengthy. You want to sit down?
He just looks about. Well, I have nothing else going on for a while. And just sits down, cross-legged.
He will bring out his copy of The Adventures of One-Eyed Darby, and we'll start reading.
Sure. How long do you read for?
Blue will read to the end if they stay that long. Blue will read to the end regardless of how long they stay.
He stays. As you read he is, as much as he is listening, clear, like he's not ignoring you, but seems to be watching you. You notice, like, whenever you kind of flit your eyes away from the pages as you read. He's watching you with just a look that maybe you at knee jerk would call pity, but as you read and the more you look at it, it's not. It's different. It doesn't invoke that same kind of like resentment that pity might. Seems like maybe it's understanding, at least a little bit. But he sits and he listens.
That's it.
Okay. After the fact, you find yourself somewhere within the grove to spend the rest of your evening, rest of your night. Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything else any of the rest of you would like to do?
Yes, actually.
Sure.
So the rest of us all ended up in the same place, right? In like the
Yeah.
barracks or whatever.
Yeah. Ella laid claim to a handful of beds that are all in the same area. With, it would seem, not really any issue. Not a lot of contest going on.
Bart, where'd Gloob go?
He went to go relax in the pools in the little druid circle. He's going to sleep there.
We're gonna leave him there by himself?
Yeah, why not?
Julian looks like uncomfortable.
I don't know, just, maybe we should stay all together.
He seemed to feel like he was pretty safe there. I mean, that's a pretty common area. You've been in there before.
All right.
I think he'll be all right. If not, I mean, you'll be able to find him, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on him.
Okay.
So, in the middle of the night.
Yep.
You're going to just wander into the grove to try and find Glue.
He was gonna ask Bart where he left him before he left. Like, ask for directions or whatever.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, given directions, not really easy in there.
I will roll a survival check
Sure.
to give him vague directions. 12.
The vaguest. Well, Not the Vegas, but close to.
Somewhere within that grove, there resides a pool.
You go in, you go to the right a little bit, and you keep going that direction. You get to some water, and it's kind of a little bit more to the right, and in that water area next to some grass.
A+.
What you rolling there, Julian?
The decision-making process for Julian.
Sure.
An angry check.
No, not angry.
Angry check.
Gonna go and head to the grove with that.
Okay.
Roll.
It is the middle of the night at this juncture. It was already on the edge. As you're walking, you can hear the smith doing his thing, as promised. Seems to still be working even at this juncture of the night. You make your way to the grove, and I mean, it's dark, but you just walk into the grove.
Was it Is there any sentries or whatever?
No visible sentries, no. Not on the outside.
Gotcha. Will try his best to follow Bart's 12 directions.
I will go ahead and
DC
tell
12
you
directions.
those directions do not lead you anywhere worth a
That
shit.
does not change
Okay.
his
Sure.
attempt to follow them.
So,
It wasn't a lie. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just lots of grass and water in
Yeah,
that
it's just
area.
like after a few minutes, like, damn it.
as you enter, a handful of steps after you cross the threshold, there is a druid there to greet you.
It's just a slight but respectful nod.
Is there something the grove can do for you?
Maybe? Looking for a purple frog person.
Might I
Probably
ask why?
sleeping in water.
Might I ask why?
Friend of mine, worried about him. We just got back from the Dreadwood.
I assure you, the grove is a good place to recover from the horrors within that wood. If that
It was
is
the
why
only
he
gloop that. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
say it, that is a good place to recover from the horrors within the wood. If that is why he has sought temporary sanctuary within our walls.
Does the calming effect only affect Gloob because he's from the swamps, or is that like
No.
a universal thing?
No, it feels, and I mean, yeah, you feel that calm, and I mean, it probably feels kind of alien to you specifically, with the kind of egging on that you have experienced in recent time, and more or less ever since you've been back, it kind of runs counter to the kind of you constantly kind of on edge, or at the very least kind of on like kind of almost as if you had spent like almost all your time on the balls of your toes, like ready to go, and it kind of seems to be run counter to that, which feels kind of odd.
As long as he's safe, I guess.
And like almost like kind of this jittery agitation, I guess, will another curt nod and abandoning his original intent will back out of the grove.
Druid just kind of dips their head to you and melts back into the trees as you exit.
And discomfited by the sensations of the grove itself, and to avoid getting like too lengthy into it, will probably take a bit of an extensive like walk around the wall. I don't know if their walls have like ramparts or anything like that, but we'll
Talking about of the
anxiously-
fort itself.
we'll like anxiously walk around a bit before heading back to bed.
Sure. And I will kind of confirm. It was not necessarily unpleasant, but
Right, but
it was an
discomfort,
alien feeling At least now. Okay. So, as you all...
It's the conflict between that calmness and his current on edge status that made him uncomfortable enough to need to take a walk.
Sure. So, easily enough you're able to do so. You get like a couple of side glances from sentries posted on the walls, but they don't stop you. But eventually, everyone finding sleep, you all make it through your first night within beds in about a week at this point. 6 days, I believe. Actually, this is going to be the final count after having left the Dreadwood the last time. So, you all come to consciousness the next morning, having gained the benefits of a long rest. Some of you in beds, Gloob, in basically the same area where you read, having read almost till you passed out. Seems like there's maybe where your head, where you ended up resting your head for the night. There was, and some of the areas kind of like around you to be a little cushier maybe than you recall when you had been first sitting down that night. It's like maybe it grew up a little bit to froggy-sized bed of moss and other soft grasses and plant life. But there's no sign of the druid who you spent your evening with. Yes,
Real
Mark.
quick, before the night ended, I would like to, before it got too late, send a message to Mr. Firebrand.
Okay. What are the contents of your message?
Firebrand, we completed the task that that the captain wanted for us. Get details in the morning and head back that way.
That's it.
Okay.
I'm also going to chew one of my tiki roots.
Very well. Handful of moments, almost like probably over a minute after you send the message, Bart. You do receive a response. That bodes well that you all have succeeded. That's it.
Shit, that was fucking ominous. Okay. Sounds like he's got a lot to deal with. I will not trouble him further. And I would also like to talk to Jakob real quick. Like,
Roll,
hey, yeah,
real quick.
what?
Roll a medicine check for me.
Medicine check. All right. Same as earlier. It's a 9. I think my own bonus is only +5 in it.
If you're not proficient,
14.
yeah. A little harder to tell, but that man sounded tired.
Oh, I tried to say before it got too late.
Oh no, that's even then.
Oh, just tired in
sounds-
general.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. War's rough, I suppose. In any case, one other quick
Anyways.
interaction. Interaction.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
He's not a real person. I
Ooh!
cannot care about him.
Damn, that's crazy. God, how much HP am I gonna add to Orcus?
Who said the Barkus? The
Nope.
Barkus?
Nope.
Oh shit! The,
Marcus?
The return
Wait,
of
Marcus?
Marcus.
Nope.
Markham is
That
prime.
that
He's
is
coming up.
wishful thinking right there.
I'd like to talk with Jakob a little
Sure.
bit. Well, I guess
Yeah.
while he's chewing on his roots.
Absolutely.
Hey, I did give Ella that pin for Sorolly to replace her, a little signet there. But it'd still be nice to have another one if you wanted to, make me one.
And you can see I'm not. kind of face looks kind of sunken.
Oh,
Yeah, I could definitely try to make you something nice for like your armor. I'm not sure I'd be able to make something as small and intricate like a pin or something, but
Well, it was about that big. Well,
still
I
like
guess
palm size.
yeah,
Like
it's like
it's not
size.
tiny.
okay, yeah, then never mind. Yeah, I could probably make you something.
Yeah, I mean, just square. It's got one line on the side of it. I mean, you've seen the pin, and I mean, Ella's got it. So
We'll just
yeah,
need to stop by the blacksmith before we leave.
we could probably just take care of it with Blockhead back in Saltmarsh. Get Mr. Reed to do it for it, or gives you some materials or something.
I'll ask the blacksmith, see if I can get something to start trying
Yeah, that works
on our
fine.
way back.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that to create that is not quite the same. You would need somewhere to actually work.
Okay.
Like you'd actually need to be able to heat the metal and such. So that's not quite the same as doing some like little bit of armor repair on the road of just banging out some dings and stuff. You'd need an actual like workspace.
Well, I don't know that because I haven't used my smith's tools that much. So
You are proficient. I will say you know that. you are familiar enough with them to be proficient with smith's tools. You
All
would
right.
know something like that.
All right. Good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
always nice to have something kind of homemade and something that you know a more of a stranger made for you. I mean, I know the person who made that when they were from my town, but part of the group, it'll be ours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
You're doing me a favor. Why would you thank me for it?
Oh, you let me make it for you. I appreciate it.
Okay. I guess that's awkward. I mean, I don't. You're welcome. How you holding up? You need some extra help?
I'm not feeling great, but maybe I'll feel a little bit
I'll
better.
just cast. I will cast Lesser Restoration on him before he gets the sentence out.
Oh, you feel less ill. The
There you go.
power of sorority compels you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yep. I mean, it's hard to get a good night's sleep sometime. You have every little bit of help you can get.
Yeah, but we should probably get something to eat and find glue. Find glue. Get something to eat.
Oh, I was trying to do this before.
This is at night. Yeah, we
Oh.
rolled it back a little bit. We rolled it back a little bit. I jumped the gun a
Oh.
little on making it daytime.
Then I actually am feeling fine.
Oh shit. Well, you know what? You can just have that one on the house.
Well, thank you.
uh, yeah. Anyway.
All right.
I'll probably bed down after that.
All right. The events of as I described them earlier will proceed. Y'all are all able to get your night's rest, and it is a new day within Burl. Feeling a lot less shitty than most mornings have in the recent past.
Oh, this is a bad sign. My back's feeling weird. Not sleeping on a bedroll. This isn't. That's not the life I wanted. Still feel great though. Ugh, I'm still 60 years young. Get in there and do it.
I mean, if you want to sleep on a bedroll, you could always sleep on the ground. I hear that's supposed to be good for your back or something.
I don't think halflings work the same way as humans do in that regard. It's just gonna smile and Just light up the smoke and be like, let's see what these people can cook up for mush.
Well, let's find glue.
Yeah, let's find glue before we get something.
And Julian, like, having got his clothes on and everything, attaching that little earpiece, wrapping it around.
Yeah. Gloob, you awake?
Yeah. Well, I am now. Shit. I feel bad. Tell Ella I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I'm awake.
Ella. Gloob says
Yes?
he's sorry.
Whatever
For the-
floor.
For the earpiece, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I haven't been woken up by this before, and I woke her up several times with it, and now I know what it's like to have someone speaking inside of your head when you wake up.
He says
Hmm.
for the earpiece and waking you up with it.
Ah, it's quite all right. It was a stressful situation on that island.
So you couldn't find it last night, but I think we're getting ready to eat. Start getting prepped to go.
Heading your way right now.
Are you saying all of that out loud, Julian?
No, it's all.
Oh, okay.
Is it mental? It's not like sending stones or the message spell. You don't have to talk out loud.
I'm pretty sure we covered when we
We
were
very
doing
well
the
may
sneaky
have, I
stuff
can't
on the
remember.
island that it was.
I know receiving it is silent, but I couldn't remember if the speech itself was internal or not. I think it is internal, but just in case.
Yep, you communicate telepathically.
There you go. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. So you get the whole squad. Some of those.
Oh, you
Yeah,
just cross-link them together?
Yeah, I'll never let
Hell
you do
yeah.
it. Sorry.
Yeah, fuck the NPC. We're never talking to him.
You may try.
DM, wouldn't this be really cool? Yeah, fuck you.
Jacob,
Y'all got an
Yeah.
artificer?
should probably visit the smith sooner rather than later.
This is
You want to
very
do that
intense
before
music.
breakfast, or?
Make me some toast. I'll be right there.
Oh, okay.
And Julian will go off to the smith. Seems like
Okay.
not frantic, but like a little antsy.
Sure. Oh man, what if we listen to the Magical Forest? I should have been playing this while you were doing your thing, Gloob. I'm sorry. Would have been much more magical. Easily enough, you go off to the smith, and it's actually not the same guy there. It looks like somebody else, probably his assistant, is there this morning, but he has the things you guys requested. Wow, this is there's a lot of chimes going on here. Y'all don't have your Tailspire open clearly anymore, but anybody listening to music on the stream will understand. I'm leaving it. It's staying on. Oh my god. This is so obnoxious. But
Julian will go ahead and
the
strap on
armor
his own.
repairs.
He'll strap on his own armor and then like waddle back to their area with all of the stuff.
Okay. I mean, y'all were able to acquire like the arrows and all that stuff. That's a lot of that stuff is stuff he had on hand because he has to make that kind of shit in bulk anyway. It was more the repairs that you were waiting on, especially
Right.
Yakub's,
like,
which is
the
you've just got like an
full plate
arm
for a medium
load.
creature, just like
Yeah, you just got like an armload of chainmail underneath, piled up with all the bits and pieces of his plate on top, and it's like, you're putting that 11 strength to the test. Like,
we running it to the wire.
yeah, you are struggling, but
Dump that on his bed and then bop
Yeah.
over to get some breakfast.
sure. Bart, you will notice that as y'all all get ready, right there is a familiar pin on kind of that same spot in Ella's armor. Looks like she went ahead and looks like she took some like really like smaller leather strips and like went ahead and sewed it in. Like it is attached in that spot. It is as a pin, as like a what was it originally kind of a nice like scarf pin. Probably the nicest one on her whole like kit and caboodle.
Word.
bunch of hammered shit than one like nice
Basically.
silver piece of
Well, yeah,
jewelry.
there's a lot of them that they're literally just like the metal, like the bare minimum, like the cutouts, and some of them are just, like I said, some of them are just branded onto the armor, so it's like black, burnt imprints of symbols and stuff. So that one is like, ha! Look at me, I'm so shiny.
Gotta represent,
This man just got free like billboard space for his deity on this woman.
right?
Not like she wasn't walking around with it already, but
Now it's LEDs though.
Jesus
Extra
Christ.
sponsorship going on from Sir Ollie.
Good God. Anywho, you were all able to make your way to some breakfast, some standard like soldiers' fare. Nothing crazy fancy. It's not a Bart breakfast.
I will slum it with the fellow soldiers.
Sure. But I mean, it's not like it's terrible, but it's clearly like made in mass. This dude's out here making shit for like several hundred people, and so he's just like, But
Yeah. Distracted but indignant glance down at his breakfast. Almost a hurt look over it at Bart. Like,
Anyway, we should probably start heading out soon.
Yeah, we gotta talk with the captain about troop numbers. There'll probably be some bureaucracy involved a little bit, and
Ah,
we'll
shit.
be on our way.
Jakob, your armor's on that bed over there.
Oh, all right.
You all right, Julian? You seem awfully antsy to get out of here.
Yeah, just a lot to do.
I will also note, Julian, that feeling does not permeate the entirety of this fort.
oh, I know.
Okay, just
There's-
making sure that it's strictly within the grove. Okay. Just didn't want any lack of clarification. Okay. Cool beans.
No, I'm tracking.
Okay.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, let's get to her lickety split.
You know, I don't think we had actually discussed a reward with Firebrand.
Nope.
In Saltmarsh.
out of the
we-
goodness of your heart.
We might want to. I've been thinking we might want to ask about that house on the hill, as a place to potentially, set up, leave some things, so we don't have to keep paying for housing. I mean, nobody's using it.
What for? We'd still only be there, what, one day out of the week, if that.
I mean, still cheaper than having to pay for housing. We can.
Yeah, you're not wrong, I reckon. I don't know. I mean, it's something we can think about. I mean, I've thought about it a couple of times myself. It'd be nice to have a nice big house, but maybe something I felt like personally it'd be better to have that to come back to after all these Sohagan getting taken care of. You know, I mean, this whole idea of, I mean, it's pretty run down. You know, we'd have to fix it up. We have to get people out there. Them people, probably need to be making battlements and this, that, and the other war stuff rather than fixing up old houses for some ugly sons of bitches like us.
Yeah, I mean, it stood for those smugglers, so I don't see why it wouldn't give us a roof over our heads while we sleep.
I mean, yeah, sounds good to me. It just seems like a project for another day, I reckon.
Yeah.
We might want to see the mood Firebrand is in when we get back.
Yeah,
I'd true as well.
I was able to communicate with him last night. I was able to establish a link with Sir Ollie. Just kind of send him a few words, and he could send a few words back. And he seemed terse and tired, so I'm not sure we'll be coming back to particularly great news, unfortunately. So, as much as Julian seems on edge, it seems like it's probably the way we ought to be as well.
Oh, there's the war on.
Anyway, I will stuff the second half of the bread or toast that I was eating into my gullet. I'll go get Captain.
Okay.
Glue.
Yeah.
I bought these for you. I'm gonna hand you the 2 cases of 20 bolts. I'm not sure how many you needed, so I just got you 40.
Thanks.
Yeah,
How much you spend on them?
it's nothing. It was only 2 gold.
Here. I'll give you 2 gold.
How
Appreciate it.
swiftly
No need.
the value of money changes.
Say Julian is actively shaking his head like
It's a beautiful thing. You love to see it. That's how you know your adventuring party made it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
2 gold for somebody that has saved my life several times and has been kind to me.
Oh man. Regardless, for the sake of brevity, you guys are able to go talk to Shadowbreaker. She informs you that this isn't something that can just happen lickety split. Organizing it and picking the correct, picking the people that she can send it's not going to take, too terribly long, but it's going to take more than an evening. So,
Right, I understand that you thought we were dead and you didn't really need to look into it too much. How long do you think it would take to figure out?
Just so that we have something to tell Firebrand when we arrive.
logistically
Right.
speaking, I should have
I-
troops in Saltmarsh within the week.
All right.
Excellent.
And within the week, and you're not sure how many yet, can you give a rough guesstimation?
Do not disappoint him. Tell him 75 minimum.
All right. Well, thank you and you're welcome, I guess. It's
Hopefully so.
been a pleasure meeting you, and just
I'm sure.
the worst damn time doing what you wanted us to. I don't want to go in them woods again.
I would be very surprised if you wanted to. It is not pleasant.
We did find an ambush of a few rangers that were in there. We weren't able to properly recover their bodies.
Recent ambush?
We had
Does it look
when
old?
we found them, it had happened the night before, correct?
Yeah.
Right. It was pretty recent. I'd say within the last 5 days.
Just pulls out a map.
Maybe 6.
Just pulls out a map. He's roundabouts.
Nights and days are kind of wishy-washy when it's always so damn dark.
Only when you're deep enough in the wood.
Yeah, we had to go damn deep.
Just kind of looks around. Looks at. We haven't had any patrols in there in that area in that timeline.
Might have been taken and dragged in there. You had any missing patrols recently?
Not recently. Not entire patrols.
Julian
just
will
a
like go
Couple
ahead.
of fellas.
We
Kind of
It's inevitable that a man gets lost here and there, combating the Dreadwood, but no patrols have gone entirely missing recently.
point out on the map, generally speaking, where it was,
Yeah.
since he was the one doing all the tracking and stuff.
Yeah. She looks
Right
at it,
about here.
she's like, no, I haven't lost any patrols in that area.
Someone did.
And there are desperate men who choose to seek refuge within the wood rather than face the law. So may have been one of them.
Has any local folk gone missing? Maybe a
Real-
husband and wife?
Real quick, OOC, Ian.
Yes.
When we saw those 2 people, the ones that were discovered from the campfire that was burning from the owls, then we
Yeah,
eventually-
it was more than 2 people. It was
Okay.
probably a handful, but y'all found scattered remains. Like
Right,
there wasn't
I
much
thought-
left.
I thought we found.
No, you did not find any symbol. It was asked about if there was any symbology of rangers or anything that y'all would recognize, and there was
Okay.
not.
Okay, that was just a misremembering on Kent's part. All right.
No worries.
All right. Well, we just Well, there were some folks out there, and when we encountered the Oni, there were also some prisoners that they had. They unfortunately perished in the process. But
If you had managed to bring any of them out alive, that would have been almost a miracle. Because once you get in there, and if you are not a prepared individual, your most likely exit will be death. So don't let it weigh on you too heavily. It is something all who battle the Dreadwood must come to terms with. Cannot save everybody.
A few of the folks we saw, they weren't ruffians trying to brave the Dreadwood. They looked like regular peasant folk. I don't know if anyone's gonna. They're still alive and kicking. They might have been in there for a few weeks at most.
There are communities that live within, relatively speaking, close distances to the Dreadwood. Maybe they've been stubborn because they do not want to leave because it is their family's home or farm. They feel that they have not had any instance in living memory, so they feel that they're not under any threat. But it does happen. We patrol as frequently as we can, but some get through.
I'm gonna describe to her the husband and wife, and if anybody comes forward trying to find those people, you inform them that unfortunately they died.
Her face, which has been almost the entire time that y'all have interacted with her, from like in between times, very straight face, just kind of as it is softens for a moment. I do not know if anybody will even report to us. It's a fact of life around here. People will go missing from the Dreadwood, but if anybody does come by, I will be sure to let them know.
Alright. If they do, let them know that they were seen to afterwards, and we had a proper send-off.
That is better than any could hope for, really, if they meet their end within the wood.
Alright, I'm assuming you got some kind of writing for us to take back to Eleander?
It's just kind of, yeah.
I mean,
yes, I'm.
Between you and me, I don't care.
Yeah, she just waves a hand like, oh, yes, I know. I know he doesn't particularly care for it either, but so it is. One moment, and she rifles through some papers and finds some that's blank and scribbles on it for a second. Hands it over to you, basically with drips some wax on there and stamps it. Well, that should satisfy anybody who has any questions.
I appreciate your patience of bureaucratic nonsense.
It is infuriating the vast majority of the time.
Let you get to the rest of your day.
Good luck to the lot of you.
Yeah, thanks for the help.
You as well.
So we're all sort of standing up and leaving. I'll just say real quickly to her, if there ever is an attempt on Nightshade, can you get in contact with us?
On the off chance that ever happens, I'm sure you'll be at the top of my list.
We'd be happy to help.
I'm sure you would. It would take a lot for us to want to attempt it.
Okay.
Alright. So, as you all exit Burl for the second time, actually, and begin to make your way, you've retrieved your cart and the horses that were originally your own. I would hope, unless y'all are just trying to make off with some other horses and no cart.
I ain't leaving Cecil behind.
Fantastic. As y'all exit and begin to make your way back to Saltmarsh after trying and long journey and conflict within the Dreadwood, that is where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you all so much for joining us here this evening. Those who watched and both those who played, I had a lot of fun, and I am enjoying closing off this this chapter of our adventures, of our party's adventures and their story, and hopefully we'll have some fun and exciting things to look forward to next week. Woo! Heading back to Saltmarsh after weeks of real life time. It's been a while, yeah. But like, I'm not gonna remember anything about the town anymore. It's gonna be crazy fun, crazy time. But yeah, thank you all so much. I should pull up a thing so that as I'm talking, I can be getting ready to raid somebody.
Heyo.
But thank you all so much for coming to play with me, and thank you guys all so much for watching. Do keep in mind, do remember to take a look at Extra Life. We are still doing that charity run. Benefits children's hospitals across continental North America, meaning the United States as well as Canada. We specifically will be benefiting Children's Hospital of Atlanta. It's a worthy cause. You're helping out sick kids. You also might win some cool stuff like a digital copy of Tasha's Cauldron and Everything, a gaming mouse or gaming keyboard at our last couple of points of $2,500 and $3,500. So go ahead and do that, and catch us here on Saturday for our Across Eberron campaign, which is a dungeon DM'd by Gloob, aka Jonesy, and has some of us in there as well, playing some other very different characters in some cases. And I mean, I say some cases, all the cases for the people sitting here, because I'm not the dungeon master, so I'm playing a character, and these two are something else. But yeah, go show Dice Cream Sandwich some love, and we will see y'all next time. Bye!
Bye.